107 FM Sports.
Wildcat basketball is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by American, Baymont Inn, and Travelodge by Wyndham, Cargill, Bell Bank, Red River Valley and Western Railroad, City Brew Hall, Corner Drug, Smith Motors, Bremer Bank, Comdell Innovations, and McGough Construction. Now, here's the voice of the Wildcats, Brad Anderson.
Not Wildcat basketball and not Brad Anderson, but I will try to do my best to live up to that legendary guy today. I'm Robert Wanick here from the iconic John Randall Field, ready to rock another season of junior college baseball as the NDSCS Wildcats take on the Lake Region State Royals in Mon-Dak Conference play. This game is streaming live, folks, on KBMW News Live YouTube. Hit that settings wheel, switch it over to 1080 HD because we have two games on tap. So, JR, it's a little bit ways away from being in peak condition, as is the case in the spring. We got the Cadillac white walls going on out there and the green monster in center field. They're waiting for the temperatures to level out and stay consistently warm before they finish painting that outfield wall. But the batter's eye is green, and that is the most important thing here for the hitters today, as we're going to have some cloud coverage. Temperature for the first pitch is going to be right around 50 degrees, but I don't know. It's still pretty cold out there. Let's jump into your pregame show right now, and we're going to go right over the NDSCS Wildcat wins this year. They are 8-18. March 8th, the trip through Florida. Much warmer climate there. 16-6 versus Ridgewater. 6-1 against Ridgewater for the sweep. They turn around 5 days later in Florida and pick up an 11-10 win versus SUNY Niagara. And Tory Ulik, as you'll see on the graphic on the right, he went 5 for 5 with a walk, 3 runs, and this is not a typo, 6 stolen bases in that 11-10 win versus SUNY Niagara. 1 day later, they just take it to Northland, 17-5. So scoring a lot of runs in this Florida trip, 16 on Ridgewater, 11 against Niagara, and 17 against Northland. And then they travel to Dawson. They go 1-3. They're able to pick up a 3-2 grinders victory against the Buccaneers and salvage that trip to Montana. And that was on the 23rd of March. We got to go all the way to April 12th when they played a 4-game slate against Dakota College at Bottineau. Those games were played in Castleton. Originally home games here that got moved due to the field conditions. 10-7, they won game 1. Bottineau came back to win the second game 10-5. 1 day later, looked like a totally new Wildcat team, 11-1 in the first game against Bottineau, 6-0 in the second. So a Sunday sweep made that season series 3-1 Wildcats. And they're looking to pick up another big one today, another big 2 potentially. They were supposed to travel to Devil's Lake to play this Royals team yesterday, but the temperatures weren't quite warm enough for these aluminum bats. So we're going to run it back today here with 2 games. Both these teams fighting towards the bottom of the Mon-Dak Conference standings, trying to separate themselves from each other. Let's take a look at head coach Jack Junker here as part of our pregame package. Jack Junker, he's got the coach starter pack. Got the action figure here on KBMW News Live YouTube. Not a starter pack because he is novice in skill or leadership or any of those qualities, but because he's new to the JUCO landscape. Junker comes to Wahpeton by way of Bandera, Texas. Hired at age 24, one of the youngest hirings of a head coach we've seen here. Stephen Lipp was hired as the Breckenridge basketball head coach in 2020 at age 21. So in 2022-23, Junker replaced Jonathan Reinebold just 8 games into the season. A little bit of a fallout with John Reinebold. We never got full details on it, but he kind of crashed out, and Junker got the keys to the car here. He went 7-14 the rest of the season as interim coach. NDSCS went 8-21, improving on their 7-win season the season prior. An 8-0 win over Minnesota North Rainy River in the Region 13 tournament, and they nearly made it to the district round. They were knocked off in a season-ending 2-1 loss at St. Cloud Tech. Fast forward to last season, and Junker goes 16-25 in his first full year as head coach. That's a school record for wins for NDSCS. It was just the 4th year of the program. So in year 5 here, Junker sitting at 8-18. 2023-24 was the first double-digit win total for NDSCS baseball, so massive strides as they double their win total from a year prior. They go 3-1 in the Region 13 tournament. We'll talk with Reggie Jackson, the athletic director, about that between games. NDSCS plays a lot of Division I, Division II junior college teams, and they just go through the murderer's row of baseball teams during the regular season. And if they can kind of take that with a grain of salt and get into the region tournament, play some of these D3 JUCOs, they do a lot better. So 3-1 last year in the region tournament, and then 2-2, a very excellent showing in the North Plains District Tourney, holding their own, slugging it out. Jack Junker in his second full-time year as head coach, his third year overall at NDSCS. Let's take our first break on the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to talk about the hitting leaders for this Wildcat squad this year. They got some kids that are absolutely ripping the cover off the baseball on B92.7 FM.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers. McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to B92.7 FM. I'm Robert Wanek from the iconic John Randall Field. What a beautiful venue for a baseball game as we flash some scenes from JR on the YouTube channel. Right now, we're live on KBMW News Live. Starting to green up a little bit out there. Infield's going to play like a dream on the left side today. It is nice and soft. So the third baseman and the shortstop. Some double play opportunities if the ball's hit hard today. The second oldest two-year college in America, NDSCS, hosting Lake Region State in Mon-Dak conference play. Let's take a look at the hitting leaders in our stat report for this Wildcat team. Tory Ulik, he sets the table, 25 games played, 446 average, 604 on base percentage, and if you're not an avid baseball follower, yes, that's good. Over 60% of the time he's getting on base, 28 runs scored, that leads the squad, 11 RBIs, and one of the fastest guys in the nation, 36 for 38 on stolen base attempts. Mason Almaris slots in right behind Ulik in the 2 spot, 26 games played, 342 average, 463 on base, 21 runs scored, up to 15 RBIs, and 12 of 14 on the base paths. Skylar Fields, one of the top run producers on this team, 26 games played. He's bumped that average from the 240s to 273. On base percentage hovering around 340. He scored 10 times, drove in 20, and he has 6 doubles to lead the Wildcats. And Ryan Lave, another middle-of-the-order power hitter, 23 games played, 250 average, 354 on base, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 11 runs, and 18 RBIs. Fields and Lave have combined for 38 RBIs in the middle of this Wildcats lineup. That's a look at your hitting leaders. Let's flash a quick graphic here about Tory Ulik, fastest man in JUCO. He's pictured next to a NASCAR because he still has a lot of tread on those tires. 81 for 87 in stolen base attempts during his 2-year stint here at NDSCS. And we're talking about a couple hundred steals if you go into his Legion career, a multi-time state champion for Wahpeton Post 20, who will take to the field on his home Legion field and high school field, where he helped the Huskies finish 3rd in the state and also their first ever EDC championship as a senior center fielder. So 81 steals since 2023 and 87 tries for the fastest man in JUCO, Tory Ulik. Let's put a couple of his highlights up on the screen here so you can kind of see what he brings to the table as Lake Region goes through their infield, outfield. Ulik, as seen in his post 20 jersey here, likes to get dirty. Mom's going to have some laundry to do. Sorry, Barb. And just fun to watch. He's electric. He wants to win. He's got an edge to him. Sometimes gets into it with the umpire a little bit because he has such great plate discipline. Reminds me of Luis Arias. Hated to see him go from the Twins back-to-back-to-back batting champion now on the Padres. I see a lot of Tory Ulik in him. Just knows the zone, knows how to command the plate, and he can turn a stolen base into 2 stolen bases very easily by putting pressure on the catcher. We see a lot of overthrows because they really got to hurry to get that thing out with their pop time. Ulik is just that fast, and he's already approaching his stolen base numbers from a season ago when he had 45. He's up to 36 already. We're going to take our second break here on the pregame show as Lake Region is getting closer to wrapping up their I.O., and we're going to throw a first pitch here at 1 o'clock today. 2 games on tap, Mon-Dak doubleheader. We'll talk about the standings in just a little bit. We're going to go over some pitching stats for NDSCS, and it is sophomore day, my friends, so we will go over all of the sophomores and their contributions to this program on B92.7 FM, your home for Wildcat Baseball. We're live at JR in Chihinkapa Park, Wahpeton.
Get your vehicle back on track with Smith Motors' Fresh Start Tire Event. Buy 3, get 1 for $1 on select tires. Find a better price elsewhere within 30 days of purchase, and Smith Motors will refund the difference. Need shocks and struts? Get up to $80 in rebates, along with $40 in rebates on brake pads and brake rotors. Plus, up to $40 in rates on TPMS sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Visit smithmotors.com.
Take charge of your financial future with a proactive approach from Bremer Bank in Breckenridge. Did you know that Bremer offers more than just traditional banking services? We also offer investment, wealth management, and insurance services for all of your financial needs. Bremer can help you plan for your future and protect what matters most. The professionals at Bremer are ready to help you think ahead. Stop by Bremer today to learn more about our comprehensive financial solutions or call 218-643-8721.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
We're here at John Randall Field. The sun is shining and we're playing on grass, not turf, so the sunflower seeds are flying. A beautiful spring afternoon for Mon-Dak Conference Baseball doubleheader action. Your hometown NDSCS Wildcats taking on Lake Region State. Lake Region wrapping up their I.O. We're going to be ready to go here in 15 minutes on the dot, maybe a bit early. It's a little chilly out there, folks, but it is a beautiful day for baseball anytime these Cats get a home game. It was just a couple seasons ago where they only had one home game. They've already had a couple home games canceled this year and had to travel to Montana to play those instead. Never fun to get off the bus and try to play in this conference. But they will have a rescheduled game this Wednesday in the middle of the day. We'll carry those against Bismarck State as well. I'm Robert Wanek. Let's go ahead and check out some more stats here. We want to talk about Ben Klaus. This Wildcat pitching staff, they've been through the ringer in all 5 seasons of their existence so far. I believe there's only one pitcher to ever post a season ERA under 5, and that was Hunter Womry, the Wahpeton native. But Ben Klaus, he's threatening to do just that this year. His last time out against Botno on April 13th, what a gem. Complete game, 7 innings pitched, a one-hitter. He walked 4. Shut out the Jacks, 13 Ks. So Ben Klaus was just playing musical chairs, saying, you sit down, yes, you sit down too. 13 Ks, one hitter for Ben Klaus, the West Fargo Cheyenne product. Looking at his 2025 numbers, pretty serviceable. 29 2/3 innings pitched, a 1-3 record, ERA at 4.25, and if we see him this weekend, he might be able to shave that thing down into the threes. His whip, his walks and hits per inning pitched, that's 1.55, so he's allowing a base runner and a half on per inning. You'd like to see that number go down to the 1.2 mark, 1.3 mark, but his strikeout stuff is phenomenal. 37 Ks, 22 walks, 11.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. So Ben Klaus, he's not on the mound today. We'll get to the starting lineups in a little bit. He's at shortstop, but defensively, he is dynamite. He should be fun to watch today on KBMW News Live YouTube, and he's one of the many sophomores that will be recognized for Sophomore Day. We want to look at another sophomore quick. Mason Almaris, the pride of Kindred. His career stats also quite eye-popping. 63 games played. His slash line is 379, 492, 467. He's getting on base almost half the times he gets up there. 74 career hits, 9 doubles, 4 triples, so he's got some sneaky pop. 48 RBIs. He's scored 57 times, and he's stolen 34 bases. So Mason Almaris from Kindred, just a tremendous addition to this Wildcats team. He'll join Kindred teammate Stanley Belaski in the starting 9 today. Belaski, a freshman from that state runner-up Legion team a year ago. So that's a look at Mason Almaris. He'll bat in the 2-hole today. That 1-2 punch of Ulik and Almaris, one of the best in junior college baseball. We're going to take one more break as we are 12 minutes away from first pitch on B92.7. When we come back, we're going to go over all 11 sophomores on this team that set a program record with 16 wins last year and picked up 5 wins in the region and district tournaments combined. And we'll take a look at the sophomores and the Mon-Dak conference standings. And then we're going to jump right into doubleheader baseball on B92.7. It's a good day to prowl with the Wildcats here at John Randall Field. First pitch coming up at 1 o'clock on B92.7 FM.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2KM today.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers. McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
welcome back to B92.7 FM, 1 o'clock first pitch, Mon-Dak doubleheader, NDSCS, Lake Region, right here on KBMW News Live YouTube. I'm Robert Wanick. I got to catch my breath. Had to head down to the concourse and weaving around some traffic as we're getting quite a good crowd here in the bleachers. Happy to join you from Hebben Jean Dietrich press box. And let's go over the sophomores quick if we have time before first pitch on sophomore day. For NDSCS, you can see all 11 of the Wildcat sophomores on your YouTube screen. Ryan Lave wearing number 2. Lave is a sophomore first baseman and catcher, 5'11" from Bemidji. Lave's played 61 games, 260 average, 40 hits, 36 RBIs, 26 runs scored, 11 doubles, and 4 bombs for Ryan Lave. Number 3, Mason Almaris from Kindred. We already went over his stats. One of the best hitters in Wildcat baseball history. Number 4, Tory Ulik out of Wahpeton. 63 games played, 436 average, 586 on base, 82 hits, 29 RBIs, 77 runs, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer for Tory Ulik, the Wahpeton native. Skylar Fields, number 5, the utility man. He's a 6-foot sophomore from Midlothian High School in Texas. Skylar Fields, 52 career games, 237 average, 36 hits, 28 RBIs, 19 runs, and he loves those power alleys with 9 doubles. Ben Klaus from West Fargo Cheyenne, the former Mustang, stands 5'10". He's an infielder and a pitcher from West Fargo Cheyenne. Ben Klaus, 61 games played, just a 185 average, but he'll slot into the 3-hole today. 23 RBIs, 23 runs, 4 doubles and a homer, so plenty of production despite that average. 61 innings pitched in his career, 6.4 ERA, 7 games started, but what we see out of Klaus is strikeout stuff. Premium tick on his fastball and a lot of cut on his other pitches. 10.2 Ks per 9 inning over the last 2 years. And Trace King, number 9. Trace King is a pitcher and infielder. He's 5'10". He's out of Linton High School in North Dakota. Trace has played 53 games, driven in 10 runs, and scored 9. He's also pitched 34 innings and has 1 win on his resume. And Tate Deacock, he's a left-handed pitcher, a 5'10" sophomore from BBE, Belgrade Bruton El Rosa in Minnesota. Tate has a 7.8 ERA, 26 innings pitched. He's 2-0 in his Wildcat career with a very respectable 7.1 K per 9. And Nicky Zock, Wahpeton High School, former post-20 state champion, the lefty, great kid. 6 career at-bats. He's gotten 2 hits in those limited opportunities. ERA just under 10, 22 innings pitched. He's 1-1, and he has been absolutely resilient coming back from some rather serious injuries. A little bit of an elbow issue and a shoulder issue. Pitched some innings for the Breckenridge Bucks amateur baseball team, and he's done some good things on the diamond as well. Nick Zock wears number 13 out of Wahpeton. And Wrigley Gunderson, another local kid, number 14, a 6-foot outfielder from West Fargo. Tremendous Legion success for Gunderson, multiple state tournament appearances, and boy, has he been a weapon off the bench as a pinch runner. 43 games played in his career. He's batting 154. He does have a double and a home run. 23 for 27 on stolen base attempts, so the kid has wheels, and he's scored 28 runs, including 11 this year. They'll bring him to run for the catcher. They'll bring him in to pinch run in big situations, and Wrigley Gunderson, excellent base runner, kind of reminds me of Tory Hunter, the way he gets reads on those line drives to the shallow outfield. And Dawson Crow, another sophomore, 6'3", from Gadsden, Alabama. We're going to pause quick for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll talk about Dawson Crow, Mr. Bama on this NDSCS team on sophomore day. First pitch at 1 o'clock on B92.7. Let's pause for the national anthem.
At Corner Drug, our dedicated team works together with your medical providers to bring you the very best in pharmacy care. With our MedSync service, we synchronize your prescriptions so you can pick them up all at once, saving you time. Plus, with Health Pack medication packaging, we organize your medications into easy-to-use packets, helping you take the right dose at the right time. As a locally owned independent pharmacy, we care about our community and support NDSCS men's and ladies basketball. Go Cats! Corner Drug Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Get your vehicle back on track with Smith Motors' Fresh Start Tire Event. Buy 3, get 1 for $1 on select tires. Find a better price elsewhere within 30 days of purchase, and Smith Motors will refund the difference. Need shocks and struts? Get up to $80 in rebates, along with $40 in rebates on brake pads and brake rotors. Plus up to $40 in rates on TPMS sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Visit smithmotors.com.
All right, let's pick up where we left off, folks, with Dawson Crow. 10 of 11 sophomores we've gone through. Crow coming from way down south, Alabama. Dawson Crow from Gadsden City High School, a 6'3 sophomore catcher. 26 career games played, a .41 average, 8 RBIs, a pair of doubles. But where he stands tall is behind the plate. He is Mr. Reliable, a .966 fielding percentage this year. And he puts the mask on and gets ready to rock for the top of the first inning here. And your final sophomore that will highlight Hunter Kahn Beck, 22 2/3 innings pitched. He is 1-0 as a Wildcat pitcher, and Hunter Kahn Beck is 6'1", by way of Blaine High School in Blaine, Washington. That does it for your sophomores: Ryan Lave, Mason Almaris, Tory Ulik, Skylar Fields, Ben Klaus, Trace King, Tate Deacock, Nick Zock, Wrigley Gunderson, Dawson Crow, and Hunter Kahn Beck. And let's get this show on the road, live from John Randall Field, NDSCS, and Lake Region State. I'm Robert Wanek. Thanks for joining me today. A beautiful day, all things considered, here in Wahpeton. In the upper 20s this morning when I woke up. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Let's take a look at your starting lineup in the field for NDSCS. On the mound, it is number 22, Garrett Solberg. Your infield from left to right is Stanley Belaski at the hot corner, Ben Klaus at short. Over at the Keystone, it's Griffin Albright, and at first base, we have Ryan Lave. In the outfield, left to right, Max Heen, who hit a home run against Dakota College at Botno. The small-statured lefty able to lift one out of the confines. In center field, it's your superstar outfielder, Tory Ulik, who's really just tearing it up at the JUCO level the past 2 years. And in right field, his right-hand man, Mason Almaris. So that's how the Wildcats will go. Leading off is Lucas Lyons. Lucas Lyons rocking number 33. He'll set the table. He's a lefty. And out of the windup we go. First pitch is a ball inside. Time of first pitch, 12:59 here at John Randall Field. Game 1 of 2. Game time temp 47 degrees and wind at 6 miles an hour. Second pitch grounded over to second base. Bobbled. He's going to have to hurry. Good stretch at first base. Saves the day. Out number 1. Second baseman over there, Griffin Albright, kind of dumped that one right in front of him. Picked it up. Quick throw over to Lave, who does the rest. One down here in the top of the first. And when we get a chance, we'll pull up the Mon-Dak conference standings. These teams look very evenly matched. We could have a good twin bill on our hands today. Coming up for Lake Region State is Tyler Kleinjohn. He takes an off-speed pitch way inside. It's 1-0. So it'll be the righty, Garrett Solberg, wearing double deuces on the mound today for NDSCS. The 1-0 from Solberg. Looks to throw some type of cutter there. It just doesn't make its way back to the inside corner. 2-0. Kleinjohn at the dish. They go lefty-righty to start this Royals lineup. 2-0 was a nice breaker right down the middle. Got Kleinjohn leaning out a bit. It's 2-1. 12-6 action on that pitch with some hard bite as Solberg looks to work his way back into the count. 2-1, a fastball just off the inner half, and it's 3-1. Streaming this game live, folks, on KBMW News Live YouTube in 1080 HD. Kleinjohn rolls the 3-1 foul. We'll have a payoff pitch coming. The righty working out of the windup. Bell tie leg kick, he fires. 3-2 is flared out to right field, shallow. Almaris coming in. Albright going out, and he'll catch it trailing towards the first base line for the second straight out. Top of the first, 2 down. 2 plays made by Albright at second base so far. A 4-3 ground out to open the inning. Lions, and then Kleinjohn pops out just behind first base. That brings up Dane Hagler. Hagler playing shortstop today, wearing number 9. And there's that beautiful curveball on the inner half when he started swinging, in the other batter's box when Crow caught it. Solberg with a good mix so far as he tries to work ahead. Dots the outside corner with a fastball. That's going to get a look back at home plate umpire Kelly McNary from the batter, Hagler, who finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Solberg looking to put the finishing touches on the top of the first inning. Solberg buries a fastball in the dirt, 1-2. Looking for a chase pitch there to the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Dane Hagler. One-two from Solberg. That one hit hard to right field. Almaris comes in, right at him. Catches it 1-2-3 inning there for Solberg. A ground out, a pop out, and a line out to right field. Let's take a quick look at the Mon-Dak Conference standings while we have a break in between the inning here. And this is how it's shaken out so far. Williston State up top, 28-10, 13-3 in the Mon-Dak. Miles Community College, 32-14, 15-5. So a tight race at the top. Just 2 games separate Williston and Miles. Bismarck State in the 3 spot. They're 23-16, 9-7 in the conference. Tied with Dawson in the conference. Dawson just 17-29 overall, but they're getting it done in conference play at 9-7. NDSCS 8-18 with a 4-10 conference record. Their only win against the top 3 teams coming against Dawson, who they went 1-3 against in a weekend series in Glendive. And right behind NDSCS, 4-12, it's Lake Region State. So somebody's going to come out of here ahead in the win column, as both these teams have 4 wins in Mon-Dak play. Lake Region just 7-24 on the season. NDSCS just 8-18, trying to become the 5th team in the Mon-Dak this season to hit that 10-win mark. On the mound today for Lake Region State, number 27, Logan Enns. So we'll double check the roster here. All familiar for me. It is our first year having an NDSCS baseball contract, so we can bring you the games. Super excited. As I said, this coming Wednesday, we'll have a midday doubleheader against Bismarck State. NDSCS looking to get right here in this one so that they're a little bit more prepared to play one of the juggernauts in the Mon-Dak Conference. It is indeed number 27, Enns on the mound today for Lake Region as the Royals throw it down. And Tory Ulik steps to the plate, looking to push that average closer to the 500 mark. Ulik gets on base in a variety of ways. He'll turn his nose at pitches that are inches outside of the zone. Very good eyes at the plate, great discipline. Bats from the left-hand side. Steps in with the red Adidas. NDSCS wearing black jerseys today. Red numbers, red letters. White pants with the black pinstripes. Ulik turns on the first pitch, hits it in the gap, and that is going to run a long way. Good job there by the center fielder cutting it off, and Ulik's going to get into second with a stand-up double, and he'll celebrate. I'd say 95% of players there are holding up at first as the center fielder for Lake Region, Hugh Montgomery, tracked that thing down before it could get to the track, but Ulik already had the burners on. A leadoff double for the Wildcats off the bat of Wahpeton native Tory Ulik as the lefty jumps all over the first pitch he sees. Bottom one here as we get your scoreboard updated on KBMW News Live. 2 games today in Mon-Dak Conference play. Ulik on second, Almaris at the dish. First pitch to Almaris, skips off the dirt. Nice job there by the backstop, getting in front of it. NDSCS will do the same thing Lake Region did. They'll go lefty-righty to start the day. One out to Almaris. He's going to hit that one to right field. We may have a tag here, a fairly shallow ball, and Ulik will bluff the tag. They'll throw it through to third on a hop. One down. Almaris just got underneath that baseball. Brings up the 3-hitter Ben Klaus from West Fargo, Cheyenne. Part of 11 sophomores today being celebrated on Sophomore Day. Ulik with a pretty healthy lead at second base. He's got the powder blue sliding mid-on. First pitch is a curveball. Looked to be above the belt maybe, but it's going to come down for strike one. So Klaus squares around to bunt, pulls it back. Digs himself an 0-1 hole here. Third baseman playing just above the cut. First baseman playing back. Ulik dancing around at second. Klaus flares that one out to right field. And Ulik's going to tag. We'll get a throw through here way off the mark, and that's what I said. Ulik puts the pressure on those arms, whether it's the catcher or the outfield. You don't really have time to get set and make an accurate throw. And they're going to say that Tory Ulik left early at second base. Oh boy. So that's going to end the inning. Ulik with a tag on a line drive to right field. Lake Region appeals. They say he left early, and NDSCS leaves the inning empty-handed. All scoreless through one. You don't see that very often, folks, on B92.7. When we come back, it's the top of the second inning, NDSCS and Lake Region, after the Wildcats get doubled up to end the frame.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2KM today.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats!
Quickly into the top of the second after Tory Ulik, it was ruled that he left early on a tag from second base. Scampered into third in plenty of time, but the Lake Region Royals appeal. He's caught getting greedy, so we head to the top of the second inning here. After a 1-2-3 first from Solberg, he'll face Hugh Montgomery. Montgomery drives that one a mile to left field, carrying towards the fence. That's a solo shot right by the light pole. So back-to-back bad breaks for the Cats. And Montgomery gives the Royals a 1-0 lead with a line drive to the left center gap that clears the fence at JR. If you're going to give one up, you might as well give one up with nobody on base, so Solberg can quickly put this one behind him. First pitch of the inning goes about 340 feet. First lead of the ball game goes to Lake Region. And that brings up the lefty, Jamison Nelson, DH. Strong-looking left-handed batter. Boy, he is built like a brick house. And he is crowding the plate, looking for something that he can pull a mile. Pops that one up left side, giving chase in the Bermuda Triangle. It's going to be Klaus just out of camera view, and he'll catch it over in foul territory. So good range, covering about 20 yards there from Ben Klaus. And he catches it between the third baseman who was trailing back and the left fielder who was sprinting in. So 3 pitches in this inning, a home run on the first one for Lake Region off the bat of Hugh Montgomery, and Jamison Nelson flies out in foul territory. And that brings up Braden Einert. There's that off-speed pitch. Buckled him a little bit. Didn't know what to do with it. It's a strike on the outer half. Oh, 1. That one more of a sweeper moving left, right, and Einert lays off. It's 1-1. Solberg not working too quickly out there, taking his time, and that one will be fouled off over the press box here. If you're just tuning in, NDSCS had a runner at third base, but Lake Region appealed in the bottom of the first, and Tory Ulik was called out for apparently leaving early on the tag. And that was an inning-ending double play off the bat of Klaus. Curveball up the middle, right underneath the glove of Garrett Solberg. So a single right back up the middle. Diving attempt behind the bag by the second baseman, Griffin Albright, goes for naught, and that's a single off the bat of Braden Einert. One down, runner on first for Lake Region, top of the second inning. Solberg comes set, takes a peek at first. He'll fire. Bunt attempt, popped up. Crow gets the mask off and catches it. Textbook fundamentals. We talked about it in the pregame. .966 fielding percentage behind the plate. And boy, did he get that mask off and locate that baseball in a millisecond. So Dawson Crow, the catcher, the sophomore out of Alabama, snags an errant bunt behind the plate for the second out of the inning. That was Carson Bodine. One pitch, one out. Brings up the 8-hitter, Logan Dearborn. Two down here in the frame. The only damage so far, a solo home run to begin this inning. Solberg dots the inside corner with a fastball, gets ahead 0-1. Klaus playing way back at shortstop, almost on the outfield grass. Albright doing the same at second, as they know they have an inning-ending force at second base if they want it. They'll throw to first base. Getting back in plenty of time is Braden Einert. Einert with a modest lead over there. Certainly could be a good hit-and-run situation, first and third, if he's able to get going with some contact. And they do call the hit-and-run, but it is fouled into the parking lot. So Dearborn facing a two-strike count here. Solberg trying to get out of this inning after that leadoff jack by Hugh Montgomery. Count is 0-2. Logan Dearborn, the catcher, facing NDSCS pitcher Garrett Solberg. Solberg fires, grounded over to third base. Pulaski thought about going two. He'll fire it to first off the mark, but Lave, quick thinking, comes off the base, secures the out with the tag. So the Wildcats get hit with a solo homer off the bat of Hugh Montgomery, but Solberg settles in and retires three of the next four batters. And we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Lake Region State 1, NDSCS 0. Game 1 of a Mon-Dak Conference doubleheader on B92.7 FM.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats!
I'm Robert Wanek, back at the most beautiful baseball field in North Dakota. I'm not going to argue with you. It is John Randall Field, and it is NDSCS Baseball, the 2025 home opener. We're almost into May, but we're finally going to get the home opener today, and right now it's 1-0 Lake Region as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Home run off the bat of Hugh Montgomery, the cleanup man doing what cleanup men do, jacking it over the left field fence. NDSCS will bring their cleanup man, Skylar Fields, to the plate. He'll be followed up by Ryan Lave, Griffin Albright, and Dawson Crow waiting in the wings if NDSCS can get on base. We pull up the hitting leaders here. Skylar Fields this year, 273 average, 341 on base. He's driven in 20. He'll be asked to just get on base here, beginning the second inning. Logan Enns taking his time, digging in. Righty has his right heel on the furthermost third base side. Little heel tap, leg kick, line drive single to right field. Swinging early and often for both squads so far in this game, and that's a single off the bat of Skylar Fields. That brings up Ryan Lave on the season. He's hitting .250. He has the only 2 home runs of the year. I shouldn't say that. Max Heen has the third. 2 home runs this year for Lave, 18 RBIs. NDSCS looks to get something going here. 2 hits apiece already for these squads in the bottom of the second. Curveball just misses the belt. It's 1-0. Lave, the first baseman, who made a nice textbook tag on a throw away from the base to end the top half of the inning. He'll take a fastball outside. He's got a hitter's count, 2-0. He can really do some damage. Lave, slightly open stance. He's got the Evo shield on the front leg. Takes a big cut at a fastball at the letters. Can't connect. Count is 2-1. Right in his wheelhouse. Just got a little antsy on it. Got out front. 2-1's on the way. Takes a fastball in the other batter's box. 3-1. Golden opportunity here for the Wildcats to get the first 2 runners on base with Dawson Crowe. Or Griffin Albright on deck, Dawson Crowe. After that, Max Heen and Stanley Belaski rounding out the lineup. That's a curveball that doesn't curve, brushes him back. Ball 4 as Lave walks. Back-to-back base runners for the Wildcats. That brings up Griffin Albright. We're going to get a quick mound visit from Lake Region. We'll break with them. Nobody out, 2 on. Wildcats are down 1-0. Looking to change that on B92.7 FM.
Take charge of your financial future with a proactive approach from Bremer Bank in Breckenridge. Did you know that Bremer offers more than just traditional banking services? We also offer investment, wealth management, and insurance services for all of your financial needs. Bremer can help you plan for your future and protect what matters most. The professionals at Bremer are ready to help you think ahead. Stop by Bremer today to learn more about our comprehensive financial solutions or call 218-643-8721.
Griffin Albright steps to the plate. He's batting .211, 14 games played, 6 RBIs, 7 runs. He's got a pair of ducks on the pond. He'll swing at the first pitch over the second baseman's head, and that's going to move the runners up 90 feet. Just inches away from being a double play line drive. Griffin Albright singles to right field, and the Cats have the bases juiced for Dawson Crowe. Fields gets to third, Lave gets to second. Fields had to stop on a dime because that was a frozen rope. If it would have been caught, he would have been easily doubled up at second. The bases are loaded for the Alabama product, Dawson Crowe. First pitch curveball gets Crowe to bring his hands down, and it works its way back into the zone. We saw that in Castleton. Crowe struggled a little bit picking up the off speed. He's going to have to catch that spin here with 3 runners on. That curveball hits him in the hip. He does a job. That's an RBI hit by pitch for Dawson Crowe. NDSCS will tie the game without having to swing the bat. 1 apiece here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Brings up Max Heen, who hit a home run his last time out against Botno. And Wrigley Gunderson, who scored 11 runs this season. We talked about how they utilize him off the bench as a pinch runner. He'll courtesy run here for the catcher, Dawson Crowe. Fields comes in to score. Lave to third, Albright to second. Heen at the dish. Bases plumb full for the Wildcats. First pitch to Heen misses inside. 1-0. Struggling a bit with control here is Logan Enns, number 27, the righty for Lake Region. Righty on lefty. Bell tie leg kick. Heen squares around a bunt, pulls it back. Ball squirts away. For a moment there, the catcher didn't know where it was, but he's able to track it down a couple feet up the first baseline. 2-0 count here to Heen, looking to do some damage. Nowhere to put him as the Royals come up on the infield grass, looking to cut down the run at home. On the way to Heen. Heen takes a fastball at the ankles, 3-0, and he can leave the barrel on his shoulder here. Max Heen, the freshman from Alexander, North Dakota. 3-0 right down Broadway, knee high. Heen hitting .206 on the year with that 1 home run, 6 RBIs, 5 runs scored. Enns is going to have to try to work his way all the way back here, working out of the stretch. 3-1 to Heen. That one just does clip the outside corner. We got a full count, bases loaded, nobody down. Delivery. Heen takes that one outside. Second straight freebie for the Wildcats, and they have a lead here on sophomore day. Hit by pitch to Crow, drives in a run. Walk to Heen, drives in another. The Wildcats are in business early. And it's not easy to leave the bat on your shoulder when you got RBI opportunities out there, but sometimes it's the best plan of attack. Ryan Lave scores. Albright to third. Gunderson to second. Swing and a miss here from Belaski for strike one. Belaski out of Kindred. Playing third base today, batting ninth. Dangerous leadoff hitter who doubled, Tory Ulik, on deck. Belaski takes a head-high fastball. They throw behind the runner at third into left field. And the left fielder stumbles picking it up. Throws it behind the runner at third. He stumbles, but gets back. So that's going to score a run on the E2. Lake Region catcher Dearborn tries to gun down Gunderson at third, or he tries to gun down the runner at third base. That was Albright. Throws it into the outfield. Gunderson looked like he was headed home, stumbled, had to scamper back and army crawl to third, but he just does get in there. 3-1 NDSCS here. Curveball above the belt. Good start here for the Wildcats. Great plate discipline. The count right now is 2-1 to the 9-man Belaski. Heen on second, Gunderson on third. Belaski takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate. 2-2. Strikeout would go a long way here for Enns. He dials it up. He gets a swinging whiff on a fastball way upstairs. First out of the inning. Tory Ulik steps to the plate with runners on second and third, and we saw Botno walk Tory Ulik intentionally in this situation. Let's see if they do it again. Here comes the coach. Intentional walk, Tory Ulik. When you're getting on base 60% of the time, they figure we'll just take the 2 RBI single out of the equation and let you trot 90 feet down to first base. So Ulik walks, and it's a bases-loaded opportunity here for Mason Almaris, trying to make him pay for that decision. Doesn't get any easier with Almaris at the dish, batting right around 400 on the season. First pitch appears to be a slider that slides its way out of the zone. It's 1-0. Almaris disciplined enough to push a run across on a free pass here. As he starts ahead in the count. Drives it to second base. It's caught. And he runs over to second for a double play. Not much you can do there. A hot shot off the bat of Almaris goes right to the second baseman. He takes a couple steps over and doubles up the runner. But not before NDSCS tacks on 3 hits, 3 runs. They take the lead back after 2. It's 3-1 Wildcats in the 2025 home opener on B92.7 FM.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
Back at John Randall Field, NDSCS responds to a solo homer from the Royals off the bat of Hugh Montgomery. They score 3 of their own on a hit by pitch, a walk, and an overthrow into left field, trying to backpick Wrigley Gunderson at third. Garrett Solberg comes back out on the bump, his first lead of the ballgame to work with. He will face Leif Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson squares around to bunt. The lefty hits it right back to the mound. Solberg fields it, double pump, gets him by a step. Nice job of Solberg, knowing he had just enough time to collect himself and throw a dart over to first base. 1 pitch, 1 out. Solberg keeping that pitch count very minimal so far in this game. Trying to make sure the Wildcats don't have to burn through too many arms here today on sophomore day. So a 1-3 ground out on the bunt. Brings up the top of the order Lucas Lyons. He grounded out to Albright at second to start this game. First pitch is downstairs as the lefty crouches in the batter's box, flips that one foul into the parking lot. Lucas Lyons, wearing number 33. Kind of a unique batting stance. He's crouched way down, hands dipping down a little bit as well. Very small strike zone. It's 1-1. That fastball sails outside. It's like trying to pitch to a little leaguer out there today if you're Solberg, as he falls behind in the count 2-1. Solberg rocking fire. Gets a check swing, strike looking. That one had some nice dive to it. Looked like a four-seamer that ran a bit to the outside corner. We're all even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 outside. Lyons started his hands, able to hold up. Count has run full. Payoff pitch coming up from Solberg to the leadoff man, Lucas Lyons. Solberg taking his sweet time, staring over the top of his glove. Here comes the pitch. And that one, foul ball over towards the batting cages in left field. We have a little terrace over there that's filling up with fans as well. Typically where the Ulik family sits. I'm sure they're over there somewhere. Will and Barb. Jake Ulik, the assistant coach on this NDSCS team. Payoff pitch. That one is fouled into the netting. So good battle here after Solberg gets the 9-man to bunt back to the mound for out number 1 on 1 pitch. He's got his hands full here with Lucas Lyons. Another payoff pitch. Curveball that just misses. Couldn't keep it up in the zone. And an 8-pitch walk for Lucas Lyons. 1 down in the second, 1 runner on for Lake Region. Brings up Tyler Kleingen. Pop out to the second baseman, Albright. Behind first base, his first time up. We'll see what kind of speed they got in the leadoff spot here with Lyons on first. They'll throw behind him. He gets back easily. Probably has about 2-3 more steps. As we're finally getting some sun rays here at John Randall Field. 3-1 Wildcat lead here. That's strike one, 0-1. One down, double play territory here for the Cats, who are still playing incredibly deep at short and second. As they'll throw behind the runner again. Nice little hop there by the first baseman, Lave. Throw was a bit down off his glove. He's able to get to it before Lions can take an extra 90. Solberg with an 0-1 count here to the number 2 hitter who wears number 2, Tyler Kleinjen. Lions goes, pitches high. Throw is good, but it takes a terrible bounce and bounces into center field. Stolen base for Lucas Lyons. Absolute missile from Crow, but it looked like it bounced on the lip. An in-betweener that didn't hit the grass or the agrolime. It just hit that lip right on the edge of the grass. Kicked into center field. Bad break for the Cats. Runner in scoring position. Count is 2-1. Count is 1-1, excuse me, to Kleinjohn. Solberg trying to go back to that breaker that he had so much success with in the first inning. Is just not there. Count is now 2-1. Runner on second base. Second baseman Albright holding them on in tandem with the shortstop Klaus. Fastball outside corner. 2-2. Solberg trying to avoid a second straight full count here. So he's got a couple one-pitch outs in this game. Solberg staring at the runner on second, and he just sticks his arms out like, what are you looking at me for? Focus on the batter, as Solberg will look to do that right now, a 2-2 count. That one is flared off. Fouled on the right side. Three-hitter Hagler on deck, and then your solo home run hitter, Hugh Montgomery, is in the hole. That one sails inside. Count is full. Second straight full count here for Solberg. Kleinjohn trying to get on base any way he can here. Runner in scoring position. One down. Solberg fires. Misses outer half. Not by much, but it was indeed off the plate, and it's a walk. Back-to-back walks on full counts from Solberg. Lake Region's trying to get right back into this one. I got this guy as number 9 on my card, but he's wearing number 3. But I believe it's Dane Hagler. Line drive out to Mason Almaris in the first inning. He'll square around to bunt. He'll pull it back. Strike at the knees. Strong throw to third base. But I'm not sure what Belaski was doing on that play. He came up in front of the base to catch the throw. Throw got there in plenty of time, but Belaski had to turn around and try to dive for the tag. Two great throws by Dawson Crow, but he just cannot get any luck here as both runners advance. Runners on second and third. Belaski's got to stay home on that one and let the ball travel. 1-1. Fastball dives outside. I'm not sure if Belaski just didn't have time to get over and back to the base or not, but definitely out of position on that steal. Solberg's curveball doesn't bite. Falls behind 2-1. Tying run on second base. 3-1 lead for the Wildcats. Still just the top of the third inning of this doubleheader on B92.7. Solberg on the mound. Fastball right on the black. 2-2. The Royals not liking some of these calls, but you got to find out where the zone is and work with it, and that pitch has been there early on. Solberg comes set. Fires. Strike 3 swinging. Gives himself a bit of breathing room here. That's the second out of the inning as he fans the three-hitter Hagler on some high cheddar. That brings up Hugh Montgomery, who lifted a fastball over the left center fence for the Royals' lone run so far in this one. Righty on righty here, 2 down, 2 on. Dangerous cleanup man, center fielder Montgomery. Montgomery takes a big hack at that one, looking for the straight fastball, but it had some cut and it goes off the end cap. So a foul ball to start the AB from Montgomery. Kelly McNary's going to want a new baseball here. Big strikeout from Solberg, who climbs the ladder and gets a whiff out of Hagler for the second out. And he's gotten the three-hitter out twice now. A line drive to Almaris and right and a strikeout. That was the first K of the ball game so far for Solberg. Long inning here for the Wildcats. They want to get back to the plate. Lake Region's got 2 runners on here with 2 down. 0-1 to Montgomery. Slide step. Curveball. Does not come down to the belt. If you're Solberg, that might be a break there because that was a drivable pitch just above the belt, laid off for a ball. Solberg with the slide step home. That one hit hard at shortstop. One hop, Klaus. Backhand. Strong throw across the diamond. That's going to do it. No runs for Lake Region as Solberg strands 2 runners on. Montgomery, who has a solo homer in the game, he stung that one to Ben Klaus at shortstop, but he just dug his cleats in the ground, backhanded, fired to first, and we're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. NDSCS with a 3-1 home lead. Game 1 of this Mon-Dak doubleheader on B92.7 FM. Streaming live, folks, on KBMW News Live YouTube.
Take charge of your financial future with a proactive approach from Bremer Bank in Breckenridge. Did you know that Bremer offers more than just traditional banking services? We also offer investment, wealth management, and insurance services for all of your financial needs. Bremer can help you plan for your future and protect what matters most. The professionals at Bremer are ready to help you think ahead. Stop by Bremer today to learn more about our comprehensive financial solutions or call 218-643-8721.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Back on B92.7, we're toying around with a new scoreboard here, a couple different camera angles, so if there's a few glitches in the operation, we'll get it all figured out by Game 2 today. KBMW News Live YouTube, home for today's doubleheader, as Ben Klaus comes up to the plate, fly out to right field his first time. Klaus and the Wildcats lead 3-1 through 2.5 innings. First pitch to Klaus, he's just out front, he fouls it off. We talked about Klaus's last pitching outing against Botno when he went a complete game, 13 Ks, 1 hitter. Klaus can't pull the trigger on that one. Fastball outer half. He's down 0-2. 3 hits for the Cats, 2 for the Royals. As Klaus golf ball swings at that one. 1 hopper to second base. Thrown over to first for the out. Went down with the 9-iron. Got it up in the air. Came back down. It's going to end up being a ground out. 4-3 put out for the Royals. Brings up Skylar Fields. He singled and came around to score. Fields hitting out of the cleanup spot. He'll see a bender. First pitch goes right underneath the hands, clips the inside corner. Good start to the inning for Enns. Buries a fastball in the other batter's box. Count is even at 1-1. Kind of an odd look with the white fence all the way around the green batter's eye here at JR as they're working on getting it painted, as the 1-1 misses high. Brand new lights here, though. Heard they went out and played a night game against Valley City that ran about 3 hours, and the lights did the trick. 2-1 count, big swing, one-hand follow-through, but the baseball goes off the end cap. Skylar Fields was trying to barrel something up there. 2-2. Fields drives that down the left field line. It's going to hug it fair. Rolls to the foul pole. Fields rounds first base. He's coming in hard to second base, and he's in there standing. He laced that one. He'll roll the dice in celebration at second base, and that one just stayed inside the left field line. Skylar Fields gave it a ride. 1-out double for the Wildcats in the cleanup spot brings up Ryan Lave, who walked and scored his first time up. Lave at the dish, Fields on second. 2 doubles for the Cats so far. First pitch misses up and out. Wildcats already up to 4 hits here as we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No errors so far for the Cats defense either. Lave swings and misses at a pitch that bounces in the other batter's box. A little bit of a mix-up there from the number 5 hitter. That'll give some confidence to Logan Enns after coughing up that double. A nasty pitch on the outer half. Goes right back to it. This time Lave lays off. Cats trying to tack on to a 3-1 lead here. 2025 home opener. After one game was postponed, one was moved to Montana, and the others were played in Castleton. That one hit a mile high behind first base. Tough play for everyone involved. Right fielder comes in, calls everyone off, taking charge as he should. 2 down. Catch made by Lucas Lyons. Good communication there by the Royals as the right fielder Lyons comes in and tells everyone to get out of the way for the second out of the inning. That brings up Griffin Albright. He singled and scored his first time up. He's made a couple plays at second base today already. Curveball handcuffs him for strike 1. That's what we've seen on that curveball so far from Enns. The hands start going for the Cats, and once it starts falling off the table, they just don't pull the string on it. 0-1 to Albright, the righty. We're going to get a spin back to second base, but no pickoff. Enns came up with his lead leg, spun towards second base, just hung on to the baseball. Albright takes a cutter for a strike, and a dangerous throw down to second base, skips away, but not far enough for the runner to advance. Count is now 0-2 to Griffin Albright. A 1-out double by Skylar Fields, and he's stuck there. Fields, by the way, 2 for 2 with a run scored in this game. Big start to his sophomore day at John Randall Field. Albright trying to stay alive. Fields dancing around at second. Albright hits that one off the end of the bat, shallow right field. Coming in and making the catch once again is Lucas Lyons, and the 1-out double gets stranded. After 3 innings, NDSCS leads Lake Region State 3-1 at John Randall Field. Mon-Dak Conference Baseball doubleheader all afternoon as we approach 50 degrees in Wahpeton. I'm Robert Wanek on KBMW News Live. We'll be back with the 4th frame after a word from our sponsors.
McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Lake Region State will come to the plate here in the top of the fourth inning, trying to cut into a 2-run NDSCS lead. Hugh Montgomery gave Lake Region all the momentum after Tory Ulik was doubled up in the first inning. He led off with a double to the right center gap. He was caught taken up early from second base, and Montgomery, very next pitch to start the inning for the Royals, sent it over the fence. They've been quiet since that. Coming up next is Jamison Nelson, the lefty DH, batting in the 5-hole. Garrett Solberg, so far so good. 2 hits allowed in this game for the Wildcat pitcher. Solberg will face Nelson. First pitch skips to the backstop, 1-0. Solberg, a 6-foot freshman from Williston, North Dakota. Wearing number 22 today. 1-0 count. Taking his time, he'll work out of the windup. Bell tie leg kick, rolled over to first base. Easy play as Lave walks over to the bag for the out. Just a little chopper over to Ryan Lave. Nothing he can't handle. And Nelson out on 2 pitches. Brings up Braden Einert. He's 1 for 1 with a single so far. Einert, wide open stance. His numbers basically facing the pitcher, bat on his shoulder, and he'll pop the first one out of play over towards the B-92 mobile, and all is safe here at JR. 0-1 to number 11, Braden Einert, the first baseman. One on the way to Einert, and he hits that one hard to Albright. He does a nice job going down to one knee, taking the face-high hop, fires over to Lave for out number 2. Solberg really buckling down here in this game. He's got a 5.16 ERA on the year, 29.2 innings pitched. He's 2-2, one of the best arms in this rotation. Trying to have a signature game here today, help out his sophomores. Beautiful breaking pitch, just doesn't catch the plate on the inner half, I guess, and that's going to be 1-0. Carson Bodine, the third baseman, comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a pop-out on that bunt attempt to the catcher, Dawson Crow. Pitch from Solberg, another breaker that stays outside, so a steady diet of off-speed here to Bodine, and he's going to have to come with something. 2-0 to the 7-hitter. Solberg looking to work a 1-2-3 inning here. That one gets a foul tip back into Crow, 2-1. Bodine let the arms go on that one. Good extension. Just couldn't time it up. Bodine, the lefty, his toes open stance, his back foot really hugging that batter's box as he crowds the plate. And he takes a fastball in the dirt, 3-1. So the lefty getting real close to the plate, does not want to be caught off guard by that outside pitch. 3-1. Check swing, strike. That one had Bodine looking silly. 3-2, so he can't hold up on the off speed. Solberg trying to get out of this inning. 2 down, base is empty. Payoff pitch from Solberg. That's high. Runner checks his swing. They will appeal. He did not go. Looked to be the correct call from up here. That's going to be a 2-out walk. Nearly back-to-back check swings for strikes, but Bodine able to keep that barrel back as he walks. That'll bring up Logan Dearborn, the catcher, in the 8-hole. 3 walks so far for Solberg, just 1 strikeout. But good enough for a 3-1 lead as he has held this Royals lineup to 2 hits, one of them a solo shot. Dearborn at the dish. Solberg fires a hit and run. It is lined foul into the fence. Twice now we've seen the Royals put the hit and run on, both times foul ball to the left side. As Dearborn, in contrast to most of his team, standing quite far from the plate. Not a whole lot of coverage on that outer half. He's down 0-1. Solberg throws to first, bounces it into the runner's thigh, and he has not had a very effective pickoff move to first base today. Hasn't really needed it, but it has not been there. A couple balls that have skipped in the dirt. Runners getting back about a week early. Solberg comes set. He fires home. Looked like a curveball that he just couldn't get any snap on. Goes right by the teeth of Dearborn. He's up in the count is actually even 1-1. All the scoring coming in the second inning. Wildcats 3, Royals 1. Top of the 4th as Solberg throws behind the runner again. He's 1 out away from getting out of this frame. Hoping to get the 8-hitter here so he can begin the next inning at the bottom of the order. He'll throw to first again. That one much better as he's switching up his timing. He barely came set before he did a little jump throw there. We'll see if he keeps mixing up that cadence. 1-1 count. Solberg fires. Foul tip into the padding of Crow. 1-2. No better time than now for Solberg to pick up that second K of the ball game. Dearborn trying to extend this inning and get back to the top of the Royals lineup. Runner stays put. Beautiful curveball. Dearborn ducks it, and it's going to be just high. Count is even at 2-2. That's been consistent all afternoon so far. Nothing above the belt has been a strike. 2-2. Curveball. Swing and a miss. He goes right back to that high curveball with some tight break, and it gets Dearborn swinging. Second strikeout of the game. That ends the inning. Solberg has held this Royals lineup to 2 hits, and he's done a nice job of putting that solo home run in the back of his memory. NDSCS coming up in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1, they lead Lake Region, looking for a big Mon-Dak Conference win today on B92.7 FM. I'm Robert Wanek from the iconic John Randall Field.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go!
Garrett Solberg nailing down out number 3 with a strikeout, climbing the ladder, and he'll start next inning off with the 9-hitter in the order. Solberg's been fantastic so far. 1 run allowed on a solo homer through 4 innings of work. And coming up to the plate for NDSCS, Dawson Crow. 7-8-9. Crow, Heen, Belaski. Crow was hit by pitch with the bases juiced his first time. That'll go in the box score as an RBI. Heen did the same. He walked with the bases loaded, and Belaski struck out. Still on the mound for the Royals, number 27, Logan Enns. Pretty good so far. He's coughed up a pair of doubles. He just had that wayward second inning where he was all over the zone. A couple walks and a hit batter, and then an overthrow into the outfield by the catcher. And that's how NDSCS got this 3-1 lead. Dawson Crowe, and he has started slow to the season. No better day than right now to break out. It is sophomore day. Sophomore wearing number 16, coming to Wahpeton by way of Alabama. He's been excellent behind the dish today. He buckles on the off speed again. Looked like a changeup. Luckily, that's called a ball, very close to the inside corner. And I'd love to see Crowe get a little bit more aggressive early in these counts. Second pitch is a curveball on the inner half for a strike. He just kind of drops the knob of the bat on those and puts himself in a position where he can't fire. 1-1. That time he does take a big swing, but the sweeper runs away from the barrel. It's 1-2. And that's their MO here. Let's see if they go to another off speed. They go fastball in the dirt outside, swing and a miss, drop third strike. The out is completed as they throw down to first base. And Crowe's got the talent. I'd just like to see him go a little bit earlier. If you know you're going to get a curveball inside half, hang and bang, man. Sit on it and send it a mile. But a lot of times he'll take those first two off-speed pitches, put himself in a spot like that. Good job hustling it out, but he's thrown down at first. So a swinging strikeout of Dawson Crowe. Third strikeout of the game for Enns. And that one is hit to the left center gap, dropping and in for a single. So Heen stays hot. Home run against Botno, a RBI walk, and a single today. And Max Heen has got it going on in the 8th spot. That'll bring up Stanley Belaski. As NDSCS hopes to flip this card over. Leadoff man Tory Ulik on deck. He's doubled and intentionally walked. They'll throw behind Max Heen. Had about a 2-step lead. Not far enough to get back standing. Not close enough and not far enough to dive. So kind of had to fall back into first. As that one is popped straight up on the infield grass. Should be an easy play. Shortstop comes in and gloves it for out number 2. Can of corn for Dane Hagler, and we have 2 down quickly in the bottom of the 4th for NDSCS. That brings up Tory Ulik. Ulik doubled to the right center gap his first time despite the center fielder tracking it down. He didn't even need to get dirty going into 2. Ulik, the lefty, one of the best hitters in Division III JUCO. Came back this year trying to prove that he could replicate what he did last year, and the numbers are almost identical. Ulik takes ball 1. Second pitch is an off-speed pitch, outside corner for a strike. Leadoff man figures he can get something better than that. He'll watch it go by and even the count at 1-1. Ulik, a slightly open stance. And he'll check his swing on the second pitch. So Kelly McNary calls him out on the check swing, and the umpire in the field thinks he's appealing, and he says he didn't swing, and it's going to be a ball. Okay. And that one laced to second base. Flipped to the shortstop for the out. A little bit of confusion there on that check swing. I think it was called a strike. What, you guys have it as a strike? Okay, yeah. Home plate umpire Kelly McNary made the call that Ulik went around. Umpire in the field thought he was appealing, said he didn't, but it's not going to matter as Ulik rolls it over to second base. Fielder's choice. And that's going to do it for the 4th inning. NDSCS clinging to a 3-1 lead. And boy, this ball game feels very tight right now as Lake Region has been quiet in the last few innings, but they're going to see Solberg yet another time around here and try to crack the puzzle. I'm Robert Wanek on B92.7, home opener for the Wildcats here at JR. What a beautiful day for baseball.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats!
We're just rolling through this game one of Mon-Dak Conference Baseball. A doubleheader on B92.7, just over an hour in the books, and we're into the fifth inning. 2 7-inning games today. NDSCS trying to pick up a win here in their home opener. It is also sophomore day. Stepping to the plate, Lake Region, they trail 3-1. It'll be number 6, Leif Sigurdsson, excuse me. And he'll ground it over to second base. Play made by Albright, throws over to first, and I really like what Albright does over there. Second base, you got all day to make a throw to first, and he's able to kind of go down and smother that ball, go down to a knee like an outfielder does on a single. Just make the safe play over to first. He's had a handful of plays over there today, has Albright. After the 9-man rolls out, we'll start at the top with Lucas Lyons. Lyons spits on a fastball low, ball 1. So far, Lyons has walked and made it to third and grounded out to Albright as these lefties have really buried it into the ground over at the Keystone. Curveball doesn't break. Stays up and out. And it's a 2-0 count at the top of the order. Solberg working out of the windup. Belt high leg kick. Goes for that inside corner. Way off the plate, and it's going to hit Lyons in the toe. So a hit batter for Solberg. 1 down, 1 on here to start the fifth inning. As Lyons has found ways on base today in the leadoff spot, and that's all you can really ask for your table setter, a walk and a hit by pitch so far. And that brings up Tyler Kleingen. He walked and got as far as second, and he popped out to you-know-who Albright at second base. Big lead over there for Lyons. They'll go home. Fastball, inside half, strike 1. Solberg, a good job trusting his defense today, just a pair of strikeouts, but his location has been the story. Kleinjan at the plate. The second baseman trying to move Lyons up. They'll throw behind him. 2 chances at the hit and run so far for the Royals. Both have been fouled off to left field. We'll see if they do it again here to avoid a double play. Lyons goes. Pitch gets away from Crow. So Lyons in safely at second with his second steal of the contest. As Kleinjan lays off that one, it's a ball. 1-1 here. It's Tyler Kleinjan. Tying run at the plate. Top of the fifth inning. Well-played baseball game so far for both teams. Just 1 error so far by the Royals. It was a costly one, an overthrow behind the runner at third. Solberg comes set in the stretch, taking a long look at second base. Lyons dancing around. Solberg fires as he's headed back, and he fires a beautiful 12-6 knee-high inside corner. 2-2. That is a pitcher's pitch right there if I've ever seen one. Double Deuce digs back into the mound here. Trying to pick up his third K with 1 down and a runner in scoring position. Solberg fires. Overthrows that one a little bit, trying to blow it right by him. Hangs on too long. Ball. That one sailed on him outside. Good job by Crow getting the mid out there. Count is now full. We've seen a handful of those so far from Solberg. More often than not, it's been Lake Region winning the battle. That one in the dirt, and a great jump there by Lyons. So ball 4, and Lyons takes third base. So Lyons steals third, his third stolen base on a ball in the dirt. Runners on the corners as Kleingen walks. Brings up Dane Hagler. We're going to get a quick mound visit from the Cats. We'll take a break with them and be back in 30 on B92.7.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
All right, quick mound visit. Head coach Jack Junker from Bandera, Texas. Been here for 2.5 years now as the head coach. Trying to get Solberg back on the tracks here. New batter at the plate, Dane Hagler. Over 2 with a line out and a strikeout. 1 down. First and third situation. Solberg out of the stretch. Another overthrow. The runner's going to take second. Crow throws it down late. Nice job there by Albright, snagging the throw in front of the bag to hold the runner at third. Delayed steal there on the pitch that was down and out, and we've seen a couple of these overthrows here from Solberg. NDSCS is warming somebody up in the pen. Tying run at second base. That one is hit in the gap, right center, and it's going to carry. Bounces off the wall. 2 runs will score. And it will be a 2 RBI double off the bat of Hagler as he gets the barrel going in the 3-hole. We're all tied at 3, folks. Lake Region answers. Nice job there on the outside fastball, just letting the ball carry into the zone and sticking the bat head out. A 2 RBI double from Hagler ties the ball game. Brings up Hugh Montgomery, who put the Royals on the board in the first inning with a solo shot. Still just 1 down here. Go-ahead run at second. Solberg can't find the inner half with that off-speed pitch. Solberg has held the Royals to just 3 hits so far in this game, but we're all tied at 3. Good-looking bender there, missed somewhere from Solberg. 2-0, and that's a big pitch here as that puts Hugh Montgomery in a favorable position with the go-ahead run on second. Montgomery chops the 2-1 foul. You see that savviness there out of Crow as that one bounced up in the air, and he waited a second to assess the spin on it to see if it was maybe going to go towards fair territory. 50-50 ball. He just makes sure it goes dead. 2-1. Solberg working through some adversity here. He loses that 3-1 lead, and we're tied. Trying to slam the door in the top of the 5th. Solberg throws it over the batter's helmet, and it's 3-1, and he might be reaching the end of the line here. Solberg's going to take his time, rub the ball up a little bit. Big pitch here to Hugh Montgomery, 1 for 2 with a solo homer. That one's in the dirt. So runners on first and second after a walk to Hugh Montgomery. Here comes Jack Junker. We're going to get a pitching change. So Solberg, he will go 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs allowed, a pair of strikeouts. As we take a look at the walk numbers here. 4 walks and 1 hit batter. So a little bit of a mixed bag from Solberg, but he's kept the Wildcats in contention today. 1 down, runners on first and second. When we come back, we'll have a new arm on the mound for NDSCS in a hotly contested Game 1 of this Mon-Dak Conference Baseball doubleheader on B92.7 FM.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers.
Top of the fifth inning, Garrett Solberg gets the hook. After a decent start here for NDSCS, he goes 4 1/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He walked 5 and he hit 1. And right now we're tied up at 3-3 as the Royals have pushed 2 runs across. They've got runners on first and second with 1 out, and it's going to be the Castleton product, Carter Maggio. Maggio's last time out, he fired 5 scoreless innings of long relief to earn player of the game in a victory, a comeback victory over Botno. He'll have to face the heavy-hitting Jamison Nelson at DH, righty on lefty here. Maggio will try to get him to roll into an inning-ending double play. Maggio, the freshman, comes set, belt-high glove. A little bit of a cutter, runs inside. The Cats running into some control issues here in the fifth inning. (1-0) on the way. Big swing and a whiff. Jamison Nelson was leaning all the way over towards Sioux Falls there by the time he got done with that. One hand barely on the bat. Trying to score 3 runs with 1 swing. Runner goes. Both runners go. Crow throws down to third. It's off the mark. A great job there by Belaski, who had to dive to his forehand side and knock it down. He saves a run by keeping it in the infield, but both runners advance. And it looks like they're going to, instead of walking the batter here to put the force on, they're just going to draw the infield in. Interesting. 2-1 count. Maggio with the infield up. Ground ball hit hard to first base, about a foot foul. Maggio has a 2-2 count. They must like this matchup here against Jamison Nelson, who's been swinging a little bit wildly today. (2-2) Carter Maggio. Infield in all around. We're all tied at 3. Lake Region 2 runners on, and that's chopped to first base. Foul. Jamison Nelson getting a little encouragement from the crowd here at JR as we have a pretty decent turnout here for Easter weekend. We'll do the 2-2 again. Pivotal spot here in relief for Carter Maggio. That one hit a mile down the right field line. Might have been a home run, but instead it's a long foul. And with those uncorked swings, you'll get some strikes. You'll also get some contact like that. Big matchup here, Maggio versus Nelson. 2-2 outside. Count is full. They do have room for him. Last thing you want to do is give him a shoebox strike right down the pipe with runners on second and third. Maggio delivers the full count. That one's hit softly to third. Play at the plate coming. And it's not a force. So Dawson Crow catches it, keeps his foot on the plate, but does not attempt the tag. And I'll say something, though. Ben Klaus threw that to the first base side, and I'm not sure Crow would have been able to make a tag anyways. So a little bit of a mental break there from Dawson Crow, not knowing that it wasn't a force out, but the throw was not towards the runner at all. At any rate, it's 4-3. Lake Region, they take the lead here in the fifth inning. So they'll get nothing out of that one. A fielder's choice. Runner reaches first base. And that one driven to center field. Coming up on it is Tory Ulik. It is shallow, an RBI single. And Lake Region is back on top, 5-3 here. Back-to-back runs for Lake Region. The wheels are coming off for the Wildcats in game one. Montgomery scores, makes it 5-3, brings up Carson Bodine. Nelson over to second base, Braden Einert with the RBI single. He'll square around to bunt. He'll take strike one on the outer half. NDSCS needs to get out, and they need to get out now. 4 runs in the frame for Lake Region as they lead 5-3. Bodine fouls that one back up into his own elbow. He's quickly down 0-2. Nice spot here for Carter Maggio to get this train back on the tracks. 1 down, infield fly in effect. Lefty Bodine up in the 7 spot. Maggio gets him window shopping on an outside fastball. He'll pound his glove. Backwards K, 2 down. That'll bring up Logan Dearborn. 0 for 2 with a K. Just 3 strikeouts in the game for Lake Region. We'll see if Maggio's found something that works here after that looking K. Nice snag there by Dawson Crow as that fastball looked destined for the netting. Crow able to reach out and reel it in. Ball 1 off the plate. But Crow working hard back there. That one hit way up in the air, drifting into left field. It's still carrying on the warning track, and it's an out with his heels against the fence. That one is hauled in by Max Heen. Nearly a 3-run jack, but NDSCS escapes the inning, trailing 5-3. 4 runs in the 5th inning for Lake Region State, and the Wildcats are going to have to show what they're made of in their home opener as we come back in the bottom of the 5th. It is 5-3 Lake Region on B92.7. Game 1 of 2 today in Mon-Dak Conference Baseball.
McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom 5, grab your popcorn. It's been a back-and-forth affair here between Mon-Dak Conference rivals. 7-inning game here. We got a doubleheader. 1-0 lead for the Royals on a solo shot off the bat of Montgomery. Wildcats come back. They take advantage of a couple walks, a hit by pitch, and a throwing error to take a 3-1 lead. And the Royals respond with 4 in the 5th. And that's where we stand. 5-3 Lake Region, bottom of the 5th. It's go time for the Cats with Mason Almaraz. 2-3-4, Almaraz, Klaus, Fields coming up. Ryan Lave hoping to get a chance as well. Mason Almaraz so far uncharacteristically 0 for 2. A fly out to right field and a line out to the second baseman that resulted in a double play ball. Almaraz jumps on the first pitch, trailing to the right field line. The right fielder is underneath it. A good beat on it there as that one hung up in the air here for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th inning. Everything to the right side so far for Almaraz today. He just hasn't been able to get that ball on a level plane. That brings up Ben Klaus 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a 4-3 ground out. First pitch on the way, a curveball gets Klaus moving all sorts of directions. Little shoulder shimmy, and he takes strike one, Back out there for Lake Region is Logan Enns. As Klaus swings at a pitch well off the plate, it's 0-2. Logan Enns in this one, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 walks, just 2 Ks, but he's in line for the win here. 0-2 from Enns, a curveball hit a long ways to left field by Klaus, and the left fielder gets himself out of position but recovers, catches it on his back foot. And those balls are carrying to left today, folks. 2 outs for the Wildcats after Klaus flies out for the second time today. That brings up Skylar Fields. He's had the boomstick today. He's 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a run scored. Streaming this game live on KBMW News Live YouTube. As Fields takes a fastball off the outside corner, 1-0. And NDSCS will get back to the top of the order in the late innings. They just got to keep this thing close. As Fields pulls out the driver there, looking to hit the range, but he swings over the top. Fields has a heavy hack at the plate. That's why he's in the 4-hole. 0-2 as Fields bails out on the curveball. It doesn't come back. It's 1-2. That's a pitch that Fields probably could have wore on the elbow. Say it's coming in the 60s. 1-2 to Fields. Fields spits on an off-speed pitch that just misses the knees. It's going to get a stare down into Kelly McNary. He shakes his head. He doesn't like the disrespect. He's old school. He's been around the block here in this umpiring game. He says, no, that's a ball. We'll do it again, and that one misses outside. Ball 4. So good job by Skylar Fields laying off some mighty close pitches. And Enns is a little bit rattled by that AB. He takes a lap around the mound, steps back on, and NDSCS has a 2-out base runner. Fields has reached base all 3 times in this game. Ryan Lave, he is 0 for 1 with a flyout, a walk, and a run scored. Lave takes a fastball that misses the outer half. And Enns has got some bad body language right now. We'll see if the Cats can capitalize. Baseball is a mental game. 1-0. Enns curveball is piped through the 5.5 hole. That gets past the shortstop and the third baseman. It's a single for Ryan Lave. So Lave gets into the hit column. He's 1 for 2. He's been on base twice. And the Cats have the tying run on first base. That brings up Griffin Albright, who has had a great day so far in the field. He's also 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Cats, not a great hitting team this year. We'll see if they can turn it around in their first home games of the season as Albright takes strike 1. As a team, the Cats are batting .248, getting on base at a .366 clip, slugging just .298. Albright reaches at an outside fastball, falls it into the netting, 0-2. So Enns gets back on track here. He's way ahead. He's got 2 down. Cats trying to muster some magic. Bottom 5. They trail 5-3. Albright spits on a dirt ball. It goes right in front of the catcher. Runner going into third, but they miss the tag. They're going to call him out anyways. Throw was there in plenty of time. I don't have the angle up here. They missed the initial tag. They must have got him on the second swipe, but not sure what Skylar Fields was doing. That ball went nowhere. Blocked very well by the Lake Region catcher, Dearborn. He got over the top of it, and all he had to do was reach down like taking candy from a baby, and he throws out the runner at third base. So the scoring threat goes out quietly. Albright will lead off the bottom of the 6th for NDSCS, and the Royals are coming up with a chance to tack on B92.7 FM.
At Corner Drug, our dedicated team works together with your medical providers to bring you the very best in pharmacy care. With our MedSync service, we synchronize your prescriptions so you can pick them up all at once, saving you time. Plus, with Health Pack medication packaging, we organize your medications into easy-to-use packets, helping you take the right dose at the right time. As a locally owned independent pharmacy, we care about our community and support NDSCS men's and ladies basketball. Go Cats! Corner Drug Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Get your vehicle back on track with Smith Motors' Fresh Start Tire Event. Buy 3, get 1 for $1 on select tires. Find a better price elsewhere within 30 days of purchase, and Smith Motors will refund the difference. Need shocks and struts? Get up to $80 in rebates, along with $40 in rebates on brake pads and brake rotors. Plus, up to $40 in rates on TPMS sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Visit smithmotors.com.
Maggio starts the 9-man off with a strike. We're into the top of the 6th inning, and the Royals have charged back. They scored 4 in the 5th. They take a 5-3 lead. Sigurdsson at the plate. Over 3 today. He'll take a bender on the outside corner. Strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. Counts 1 and 2. Maggio staring right over the top of his glove. Belt-high leg kick. He'll fire the 1-2, and just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson trying to avoid the strikeout column. Just does get a piece of that one. First one off the end cap, second one off the handle. Sigurdsson doing a nice job here extending the AB. And Maggio, he's been the go-to in relief lately, and he has been dynamite coming off the bench. 2-strike count here to the 9-man. Sigurdsson, big spot for Maggio to start the inning. Sigurdsson starts the hands, lays off the high heat. Count is even at 2-2. Sigurdsson, the lefty, battling back here. Maggio, the righty, fires. Gets a check swing off the plate. Count is full. We've been talking about this all game. Outside pitch, above the belt pitch. Very consistent, just hasn't been there. Full count from Maggio. He fires, hangs on too long, and it's a walk to the 9-man. That brings up the leadoff man, Lucas Lyons, another lefty here. Hasn't struck the ball well today, but he has gotten on base. A walk, a hit by pitch, 3 steals, and a run. And they throw behind the runner. He's back in time. Lyons, with the very unorthodox batting stance we mentioned earlier, keeps the bat very low, crouches down. And that one's in the dirt. Crow does a good job blocking it. Crow's had a couple of beautiful throws. The first one to second base bounced off the lip. Would have been there in plenty of time. And the second one to third, Belaski came running up and caught it in front of the base instead of letting the ball carry. Otherwise, Crow might have a couple of pickoffs under his belt today. As Crow takes one in the jewels, we'll take a 30-second timeout here on B92.7. He's going to need it. And the Cats, they're going to need to get some Ks here down the stretch. 3 Ks just isn't going to do it in this one. Asking a lot of your defense. We'll be back in 30 seconds on B92.7.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats!
We're back, 1-0 count, top of the order. Runner goes, another strike by Crow. This one a bit late, a bit low. It's a stolen base for Sigurdsson. Just like that, a 2-0 count for the leadoff man, Lucas Lyons. Lucas Lyons steps back in the box with his gray DeMarini. Carter Maggio looking to work his way back in the count, but he can't get the breaker to move. 3-0. Dane Hagler on deck. He doubled last time. Maggio slide step home, strike one. Lions can be pretty selective here, way ahead in the count. Klaus playing yo-yo with Sigurdsson at second. He'll retreat to short, pitches on the way. Breaking ball that just misses outer half. A backbreaker there for Maggio. He's not happy. 2 runners on for Lake Region State. As Lions reaches base for the 3rd time in 4 tries. Kleingen steps to the dish. Kleingen so far a pair of walks and a run scored and a pop fly out to second base. Kleingen showing bunt early. He's going to stick with it. He pulls it back, and it's a strike on the outer half. This game was moving along quite quickly. The last 2 innings have slowed up. 10 hits combined between these 2 Mon-Dak conference rivals. We'll get a jump throw to second. It skips off the base runner's back, and that is going to allow both runners to advance. And on the bases today, just some very tough luck for NDSCS. That throw was right on the runner's back. If you catch it, I mean, the tag is right there, but instead it hits him in the numbers. Careens into center field. Sigurdsson to third, Lions to second. Kleingen, 0-1 count. And it looks like we've hit the sunny side here at JR as the clouds have let up. That's going to be an E1. That one's fouled off, and Maggio with a chance to get right here, 0-2 count. Dangerous spot in the order. It's the 2-hole, Kleingen. Maggio comes set. Nobody down here. He'll step off the rubber. Maggio delivers. Beautiful 12-6. About 12 inches of break on it as well. And that's going to catch Kleingen striking out with the bat on his shoulder. First down, first out in the inning comes on an off-speed pitch from Maggio. So far for Maggio, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 1 hit. He's let up 2 runs. Those were charged to Solberg. That brings up Hagler. Hagler gets brushed off the plate for ball 1. Another beautiful curveball from Maggio. No chance at touching that one. Hagler would have needed about a 40-inch bat to make contact there, and it's 1-1. Maggio goes to the heater on the black outside corner. Brendan Maggio. Talk about that mix. 12-6 curveball at about 60, 4-seamer at about 80, and he's got a 1-2 count. And that one is belted up the middle for a single. 1 run scores. Ulik fires. It's going to come through to the plate off the mark, and that is also going to allow Hagler to get into second base. A strong throw by Ulik. Dawson Crow tries to swipe back for the tag, but the ball's not in his glove. So we have a 2 RBI single. So Hagler pads on here. It's 7-3 Lake Region. Royals. Cats led this game 3-1, but Lake Region has 6 runs in the last 2 frames. NDSCS down to their final 6 outs at the plate. But they got to get out of this mess. 1 out runner on second base, Hugh Montgomery, who already has a home run today. And that's going to be a pass ball on Crow, a high fastball that he can't handle. So Hagler gets over to third base. And it's just the little things in this game today. The throw off the mark to home gets Hagler to second, and then a pass ball gets him to third. Maggio. That one is hit hard to left field, carrying towards the foul line. It's going to be close to getting out. It bounces off the top of the fence, foul. You know, we don't have coverage of the lines here all the way to the fence because they have these gargantuan steel poles on the concourse. Kind of block the camera view. The count is now 1-1. Montgomery sits on an off-speed, flares it out to right. We may have a tag. Almaris reels it in, and we're going to get a bluff on the tag as Almaris throws a one-hopper home that gets by Crow. Good job by Carter Maggio backing up the throw. So Maggio plays his position, backs up the throw home, saves the run there. We have 2 down. Jamison Nelson, 0 for 3. His fielder's choice scored a run earlier in the game when Crow got mixed up and thought there was a force at home. Chance for another RBI here for Jamison. He'll inside out that fastball, giving chase is Belaski, but it's going to bounce out of play. Royals 7 runs on just 5 hits in this game. That one has fouled off, so quickly ahead 0-2 for Carter Maggio, the Castleton product. Maggio trying to end the inning with a punch out. Can't find the corner. 1-2, great location with an 0-2 count, trying to get a chase on the outside half from the lefty. The 1-2 is dribbled down the line. He's got to hurry. Maggio barehands it. Good throw over to first base. That will end the threat, but not before Lake Region tacks on a pair of runs. 7-3 through 6.5 innings. Wildcats down to their final 6 outs of Game 1. We got 2 games today, folks, on tap. Mon-Dak Conference doubleheader. After Game 1, we'll schedule a second stream and go live for the Sophomore Day ceremony. We will be joined in between games here by NDSCS Athletic Director Reggie Jackson. We'll kind of talk about the conference, the JUCO landscape, the travel, all that good stuff. And maybe we'll talk about NDSCS bingo if they still got that going on. We'll be back in 30 seconds here. B92.7 FM, KBMW News Live YouTube. Royals 7, Cats 3, bottom 6.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats!
Bottom of the 6th at John Randall Field. It's the 2025 home opener as the Wildcats finally get to play on their home dirt. Cats once led this ball game 3-1. All 3 of those runs coming in the second inning. They now trail 7-3. It all starts with Griffin Albright. The second baseman comes up, batting in the 6th hole. He'll be followed up by Dawson Crow, Max Heen, and Stanley Belaski. Back out there once again is Logan Enns. Enns just 63 pitches so far, and the first one misses outside. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, just 2 Ks, but he's been able to limit the damage to a trio of runs. Albright rolls that one over to third. Played right at the base. Thrown across the diamond, they'll get him by a couple steps. 2 pitches, 1 down here for Enns. That brings up Dawson Crowe. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a looking K. Curveball gets Crowe dropping the hands for strike one. And they have fed him nothing but curveballs in this game so far. They'll do it again. That one drops all the way out of the zone. He offers strike two. So big hill to climb here for Dawson Crowe in the 7 hole. 0-2 count. They give him a fastball. He just misses. Falls it straight back over the press box. Here comes the 2 strike. Rolls it over to third. Foul. So the outside pitch, he just didn't wait quite long enough, but he'll live to see another pitch. As it looks like lefty Nick Zock, the Wahpeton product, is warming up in the pen. It's been a while since Nick has pitched. We'll have to pull that up if they go to him here to start next inning. Maybe Maggio again, though. As Crowe swings at another drop third strike in the dirt, they'll fire to first for the out. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Dawson Crowe on balls in the dirt, and we have 2 down. That brings up Max Heen, one of the hottest hitters in this lineup. Had a home run against Botno, and today, so far, he is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Heen, Belaski, then back to the top with Ulik. Ends just 7 pitches in this inning so far to nail down the first 2 outs. That pitch sails outside, 1-0 to Max Heen. Max Heen, the lefty, playing left field today. Only 1 opportunity for a play. He caught it at the warning track. As he'll take a bender for strike 1. Ends, only 3 Ks so far, but he has made a living staying on the outer half to lefties. As Heen rolls that over to second base. Easy play for the Royals. And the Cats go down in order. We'll head to the 7th inning. The Royals up 7-3. Game 1 of a Mon-Dak Conference doubleheader on B92.7 and KBMW News Live YouTube. It's Sophomore Day. There will be a ceremony between games for 11 Wildcats sophomores on B92.7.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
Nick Zock, former Wahpeton Post 20 state champ, the lefty. He'll step out on the mound here in the top of the 7th inning on Sophomore Day. Nick's done a good job coming back from a pair of injuries over the last couple of years. Pitched some amateur innings for the Breck Bucks, who are closing up shop this year. They hope to have a team again next year. And Zock's out here trying to kind of put some finishing touches on his career here, Sophomore Day. It's a big day for all the sophomores, 11 of them. His last time out on the mound was April 5th, so it's been a bit. He gave up 4 earned in 1/3 of an inning. His best game this year, as we wade through the statistics here on the website, he went 1 2/3 versus SUNY Adirondack, gave up 2 runs in that one. So Nick Zock trying to hold tight here and keep the Wildcats within striking distance. It's 7-3 Lake Region as we start the 7th. Braden Einert at the plate. Einert so far 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. First pitch misses outside. Zock working out of the stretch here. Second pitch misses inside. 2-0 as Zock tries to find the zone here. It's been 2 weeks since he last towed the rubber for the Wildcats. Glove rests at the belt. He enters the stretch and fires. That one is flared into right field, and it will be a single. So 3 singles so far for Einert today. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Royals. Bodine, Dearborn, Sigurdsson. Bodine so far 0 for 2 with a walk and a K. That one in the dirt, blocked by Crow. But nice heads-up base running. Got a good read on that spin as Einert able to scamper into second base. NDSCS, they got to be kicking themselves a little bit. This Lake Region team, definitely a team they can beat. The Cats come in here at 4-10 in the conference. Lake Region at 4-12. So today's games are going to be super important for how things shake out in the Mon-Dak down the stretch. Dawson Crow heads out to the mound. Little pep talk with Zock. 1-0 count. Zock has thrown 3 balls and given up 1 single so far on his 4 pitches. That one well outside. Count is 2-0. If you're looking for Twins baseball, they take on the Braves today, and reigning Cy Young winner Chris Sale, who's off to a horrendous start to the season with a 6.68 ERA as Zock finds the zone. 2-1. Zock facing the 7-hitter Bodine. Zock buries that one in the dirt, and it's going to skip away from Crow. That's going to be a wild pitch. 3-1. Zock looking over to the NDSCS dugout. Zock might be having a little bit of trouble getting loose here. We're lucky to be pushing 50 degrees out. 3-1, Nick Zock. Fires a good-looking breaking ball, but it breaks just a bit too much. Carries the whole plate. Lands outside. It's a walk for Nick Zock, and we got runners on the corners. And they're going to let Zock work through it. As Dawson Crow steps out, first and third situation, they'll put a play call on. Zock comes set. He'll step off the back of the rubber, just lob it over to first base. I wouldn't anticipate Lake Region running here with the lefty on, but with the way the ball's bounced today on the throwdowns, a delayed steal could be in the cards. They'll show bunt, pull back. Fastball off the plate, 1-0. We got through 4 innings in 60 minutes today. Rest of the game is labored. Zock fires. In inner half. Now that is a good pitch there from the lefty. Count is even at 1-1. Crow will step out again. They'll switch out the signs. Dearborn 0 for 3 so far, including a strikeout. Zock fires. That one is again buried in the dirt. Smothered by Crow. Count is 2-1. Nobody out here to start the 7th inning. Runners on the corners for Lake Region. And that one is hit well to left field, carrying towards the warning track. Heen is back. He'll catch it on the track. It is a sacrifice fly. Makes it an 8-3 ball game. Loud contact, long out. Nick Zock and the Cats will take it as they get the first out of the 7th inning. Brings up Leif Segerson with 1 down. And the runner at first did not tag on that play. I'm not sure why. The ball was hit about 320 feet. As Segerson can't hold up on the check swing. Strike 1. Zock dialed it up there with some high heat on the outer half to the lefty. Lefty on lefty crime here. Zock looking to hold the runner on first as well. That one hit right over Zock's head. 1 hop to second base. He'll touch it, throw to first, and Ben Klaus does it himself. An inning-ending double play. Nick Zock shakes off a rocky start, gets a sac fly to the warning track, and forces a double play to West Fargo Cheyenne's Ben Klaus. NDSCS down to their final 3 outs. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. One more game after this, folks. Lake Region leads 8-3 on B92.7 FM.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers.
NDSCS heads to the plate with their backs against the wall here, bottom of the 7th inning. They trail 8-3. First run of the ballgame came on a solo shot from Lake Region's Hugh Montgomery. NDSCS jumped ahead 3-1 after some control issues from the pitcher Logan Enns. Well, fast forward to the bottom of the 7th, and Enns is still out there doing his thing, trying to wrap up a complete game win. As Stanley Belaski will start it off in the 9-hole. NDSCS will get a crack at the top of the order. Belaski checks his swing. They'll appeal. They say he held up, ball 1. And so far, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 earned. And Belaski swings over the top of a low fastball, 1-1. So 10 base runners allowed today by Enns. But he's gotten through it. 6 hits apiece for these teams, 1 error each. Belaski gets the barrel of the bat out on it and just gets enough as he flares it over the second baseman's head. And we have a leadoff base runner in the bottom of the 7th. Cats are going to have to go base by base here with a 5-run deficit. Belaski's first hit of the ball game. He's now 1 for 3. That'll bring up Tory Ulik. Ulik led off the game with a double. He was intentionally walked in the 2nd, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Ulik takes an off-speed pitch that just does clip the outer half. Not really a pitch that a lefty can do damage with. He'll take his try at another one. Belaski on first. Little jump throw over there. He's back in plenty of time. Following the 7th inning here, we'll take a quick break, come back with your stats, and we'll visit with NDSCS AD Reggie Jackson. We'll talk about the spring baseball season. It's always a whirlwind. Ulik squares around a bunt. It's a beauty down the third base side. Fielded, fired, not in time. So Ulik reaches into his bag of tricks for an infield RBI, or an infield bunt single, excuse me. Did not see that one coming. As quick as Ulik is, he does not lay it down very often. But first two runners are on. Belaski singles on a flare over second, and Ulik bunts. So a little bit of small ball here for the Cats. That brings up Mason Almaris, who lets a hang-and-bang curveball go right down the heart of the plate for strike one. All three of Almaris' hits so far have went to the right side. None of them have been able to drop, and he'll take a fastball on the inside corner quickly down 0-2. Almaris with a fly out to right twice and a line out to the second baseman. Big gap in right center here. The center fielder playing straight up. Almaris rolls that through the hole between short and third, and the bases are loaded for the Wildcats to start the seventh. You gotta love the response on sophomore day. Home opener, not going down without a fight. 8-3 Royals, none down. Bases juiced for NDSCS. That brings up Ben Klaus. As you remember, he had a home run last season. Still looking for his first long ball of the year. And the ball is carrying to left field today, folks. We've seen a couple warning track flyouts and a solo homer. So Klaus, with the bases loaded, nobody down in the 3 spot for NDSCS. Klaus bunts with the bases loaded down the third baseline. They'll flip it home, and it's going to be an out. Just a little bit too much juice on it. It didn't really look like the pitcher paused at all, and that might have prevented NDSCS and Belaski from getting a big break at third. They're going to cut him down at home. So Klaus to first. Almaris to second. Ulik to third. But the bunt play does not work. Great job by the Lake Region catcher keeping his toe on the plate there. Logan Dearborn. That brings up Skylar Fields as the fastball goes outside in the dirt, and Dearborn getting to work, blocking it. Ends trying to wrap up a complete game here, running into a buzzsaw in the 7th inning. Skips outside for a ball. Back-to-back pitches buried in the dirt, lefty batter's box. It's 2-0 to a very dangerous hitter, cleanup man Skylar Fields. Today he is 2 for 2 with a walk, a double, a single. Another pitch outside just above the dirt. 3-0 count, nowhere to put him. And you need 5 runs here, so I can't imagine there's any reason in the universe why he'd be swinging the bat. Yeah, we're hearing some commentary up here that's exactly right. Pitcher's coming set in the stretch, and his front leg is kicking back towards first base before he starts his windup. And that's not a motion home, so that should be a balk, but it doesn't matter as it's lined into left field. That'll score 2 runs. A 2-run double makes it 8-5, and Skylar Fields is having himself a day. A pair of 2-baggers, drops the barrel, drives in 2. NDSCS trails 8-5, bottom of the 7th. And we got a little life here from the Cats. We're going to get a mound visit. We'll take a break with them. NDSCS cuts an 8-3 lead to 8-5 after a Fields double on B92.7 FM.
McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
At Corner Drug, our dedicated team works together with your medical providers to bring you the very best in pharmacy care. With our MedSync service, we synchronize your prescriptions so you can pick them up all at once, saving you time. Plus, with Health Pack medication packaging, we organize your medications into easy-to-use packets, helping you take the right dose at the right time. As a locally owned independent pharmacy, we care about our community and support NDSCS men's and ladies basketball. Go Cats! Corner Drug Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
That'll do it for Enns as he gets the hook. Logan Enns goes 6 1/3, coughs up 10 hits to go along with 4 walks, but he exits with the lead. Wildcats have cut into it after a 2 RBI double from Fields. It's 8-5, 1 down, bottom 7, and the Cats have 2 runners on. Lake Region will dig into the bullpen, and they will bring in, as we pull up the roster here, Art just told me, they'll bring in a lefty now, and it is going to be a save situation all of a sudden. And, of course, we don't get the Mon-Dak Conference scouting report, so I don't know if this is their official closer or not. But it's Michael Lindsay, big, tall, lanky lefty. And he'll face Ryan Lave. Lave has had a good day at the plate, 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run. He represents the tying run here, 1 down in the 7th. Two hours and 3 minutes so far elapsed in this game. An hour and 3 minutes for the last 2 1/3 innings. As the Royals have done their damage in the late going, they tack on 7 runs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. NDSCS has shown an ability to come from behind before. We saw it against Botno, and we'll see if they can do it again. So Ryan Lave comes up with Klaus on third, Fields on second, 1 down. Slightly open stance in the stretch. Here comes the pitch, right down the heart of the plate, strike 1. Michael Lindsay, the lefty. Lave barrels it to third, off the mitt. That'll score 1. They'll wisely hold up the runner at third. RBI single for Ryan Lave, and that is that superhero duo, Batman and Robin, Fields and Lave. They drive in 3 back-to-back ABs, and the Cats trail by 2 with 1 down in the 7th. 8-6. That brings up Griffin Albright. Klaus scores on the play, Fields to third. Albright takes strike 1. Albright today 1 for 3, a fly out to right, ground out to third, and an RBI single. He takes what appeared to be a changeup off the outer half. 1-1. Winning run at the plate, 1 down. As that one is okay, it's a strike. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. So he jams Albright on a pitch inside. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. As I believe it'll be Wrigley Gunderson. 11 runs this year. And almost all of those have come in this situation where he pinch runs. So he's going to pinch run. Gunderson, the West Fargo product, is entered at first base, giving NDSCS a little bit of speed here to potentially break up a double play or steal with the first and third situation. 2-strike count. Albright able to keep his hands back. He wanted to protect the zone there, but he's able to lay off the outside pitch. 2-2. Albright fights it off the hands, falls it over towards the B-92 mobile onto the street, and we'll do it again. 2-2. And they are making the Lake Region closer work here. Michael Lindsay comes set. Runners on the corners. Albright fouls it straight back again. So the Wildcats trail here. Bottom 7, 8-6, despite out-hitting Lake Region 11-6. They're hoping to keep this rally rocking. 3 runs so far. 3 RBIs combined for Fields and Lave. Albright lays off a pitch way out of the zone, and the count has run full. Nowhere to put him. Dawson Crow on deck. Payoff pitch is flied to short. Underneath it for the second out. So Lake Region, 1 out away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader. As Dawson Crow steps to the plate, it has not been his day. Let's see if he can flip the script. He is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and 2 Ks. So Albright with a great at-bat, just can't finish it off, and we have 2 down. We're going to get a throw to first. You get that 45-degree angle, so to speak, that imaginary line if you're a lefty makes it very hard for Gunderson to start leaning. You do not want to make the third out on the bases here. As Crow takes a crack at the first pitch, and it is not going to have quite enough carry, but he lost it in the sun, and it's going to get down for a single. Oh no, they're going to send the runner home, but luckily the third baseman can't get the cutoff out of his glove. So the Cats score, and they tie the ball game up. 2 outs, a sky bomb that got lost in the sun. Left fielder had to scamper for it. It drops, and we're all tied at 8. Some fireworks at JR in the home opener. And Dawson Crow, who had 2 strikeouts coming into that at-bat, the baseball gods say, we'll give you one. Drops it into left field. And that, my friends, is going to go in the book, I believe, as a hit. So Dawson Crow with a double. Two-run score. Fields and Lave, they start the party with 3 RBIs here in the 7th. And Gunderson checks in as a runner. And Gunderson, the weapon we talked about in the pregame show, they had him pinch running at first base. That was a fly ball to left field that got lost in the clouds or the sun or whatever. And Gunderson scores all the way from first. It looked like we were going to have a play at home, but the third baseman for Lake Region, Carson Bodine, he couldn't get the ball out of his glove. And now the Cats have the walk-off run on second base. And that brings up Max Heen. We've said it a couple times already. Heen has been hotter than the 4th of July. Started off this game with a walk and a single, and he has a chance to be the hero here. And that nearly hits Heen. Ball on the inner half. We have a courtesy runner at second base here for the catcher Crow for NDSCS, representing the game-winning run. Ball 2 outside. Is that King or is that Klein at second base? Klein. So the courtesy runner for Crow is number 8, Mason Klein. He represents the winning run here. Cats up to a dozen hits. They have 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. How about that? Lefty on lefty. And Heen gets the worst half of that one. Swings over the top of it. 2-1. To Heen. He spits on an outside fastball, 3-1, and the Cats are putting it all together here in the final inning. Shouldn't say that yet. We could have extras, folks. Second game was supposed to start around 3:30 today with the Sophomore Day ceremony. It's going to be a bit later. And that's ball 4 off the plate. NDSCS is now batted around in the 7th inning. Max Heen walks. That brings up Stanley Belaski. He singled to start the inning. We're going to get a mound visit if you're just tuning in. What a back-and-forth game. The Cats go quiet for 4 innings in a row. They're held scoreless, but they storm back for 5 runs. And the game-winning runs on second base, 2 down, bottom 7, 8-8 against Lake Region on B92.7 FM.
Get your vehicle back on track with Smith Motors Fresh Start Tire Event. Buy 3, get 1 for $1 on select tires. Find a better price elsewhere within 30 days of purchase, and Smith Motors will refund the difference. Need shocks and struts? Get up to $80 in rebates, along with $40 in rebates on brake pads and brake rotors. Plus, up to $40 in rates on TPMS sensors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Visit smithmotors.com.
Take charge of your financial future with a proactive approach from Bremer Bank in Breckenridge. Did you know that Bremer offers more than just traditional banking services? We also offer investment, wealth management, and insurance services for all of your financial needs. Bremer can help you plan for your future and protect what matters most. The professionals at Bremer are ready to help you think ahead. Stop by Bremer today to learn more about our comprehensive financial solutions, or call 218-643-8721.
Welcome back to B92.7 and KBMW News Live. If you're just joining us, you joined at the right time. NDSCS has staked a 5-run comeback in the bottom half of the 7th. We're all tied at 8 against Lake Region. 2 down, runner on second. And NDSCS has batted around. Here's how the inning has went. Stanley Belaski started it off in the 9-hole. He singled. Tory Ulik singled. Mason Almaris singled. Ben Klaus reached. Skylar Fields doubled. Ryan Lave singled. And then we got a double from Dawson Crow that would have been the final out of the game, but the left fielder lost it in the sunshine. And here we are, all tied, as Wrigley Gunderson came around from first as a pinch runner to tie it up. And now we're back at the bottom with Belaski trying to get his second hit of the 7th inning, a walk-off hit. Carson Simon stepping up to the bump here. A blown save from Simonson. Pitch on the way to Belaski. He takes a hack at the first one he sees off the end cap foul. So Michael Lindsay gets a blown save. Ends will not get the win after firing 6+ innings. And they'll go to Carson Simon. Belaski 0-1. That one's going to get through the 5-hole. And a little bit of a late read there at second base. It's going to prevent the runner from advancing. It's Mason Klein at second. Not sure if he didn't have a good vantage point. He might have thought that one got held up by the home plate umpire, but it made its way through. 1-1 to Belaski. Belaski hits that one straight up in the air behind the dish. Maybe a play for the catcher right up against the netting. A nice catch there. Good focus by Logan Dearborn. The Cats score 5. They tie it up. We got free baseball coming up. Extras on B92.7. Let's head to the top of the 8th, folks. Cancel your dinner plans. We got a Mon-Dak Conference doubleheader between the Royals and the Cats. Boy, it's been a battle so far on B92.7 FM.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers.
Extra innings at John Randall Field. That's one way to start your 2025 home opening doubleheader. NDSCS storms back with a 5-run seventh. And it'll be Jack Davies coming on here in the 8th inning. So Davies will get a chance here on the bump for NDSCS. And he'll have to deal with the top of the order for Lake Region. And Lucas Lyons has just found his way on. He has yet to get a hit. He has 3 walks, 2 runs, 3 steals, and a hit by pitch. Davies will get another warm-up pitch. Maybe a couple more here, as there may be some lineup changes that crew chief Kelly McNary's going over with both coaches. As we take a look here at the pitching numbers this year for Jack Davies, Davies so far, 13 innings, a 14.8 ERA. As Lake Region may be licking their chops, but Davies has a chance to get those numbers down here in the 8th inning. Davies, the righty. He'll work out of the stretch with a closed stance. Short leg kick, skips it off the dirt, 1-0. Davies working against the lefty Lions. As we said before, 3 out of 4 times he's reached base, and he is a runner. He's got such a small stance. He kind of ducks that one, and it's a ball above the belt. Probably a strike to anyone else in this lineup, but it's 2-0. Davies, curveball, and it is a beaut. Catches the outside corner, 2-1. Same arm slot from Davies on the heater and the curve there. Able to get it in the zone. And the 2-1 nearly hits Lyons as he overthrows the gas. It's 3-1. Last thing you want to do here is walk Lyons. He has not swung the bat hardly at all today. And that curveball stays way off the plate. 5-pitch walk to the leadoff man to start the 8th inning. Lyons 3 walks and a hit by pitch today. He already has 3 steals. Dawson Crow's got to have that in the back of his mind. So Davies walks the leadoff man to start the 8th inning. We're in extras here. NDSCS Lake Region tied at 8. And we're going to get a sacrifice bunt attempt. He'll miss on the offering, and Crow sails it into right. Almaris comes up, backs it up. So the sacrifice bunt isn't needed. As we'll get a strike 1 on the offering on the bunt from Kleinjohn, and an error on the throw from Crow. Just the second error of the ball game for the Cats. Like I said, it's got to be in Crow's mind, the way that Lyons has been running wild today. We'll get another sacrifice bunt attempt. He'll pull back and take a strike. That one was all over the plate. I'm not sure what Kleinjohn's strategy was there. He's down 0-2. Davies looking to pick up a K here. That one chopped to short. Klaus is going to backhand it, go to third with it, and they got him dead to rights. He's out. It looked like potentially another missed tag there, but with the dust kicking up and just the 2-umpire crew, you get what you get, and you're out. A mental error there by Lyons. He was dead to rights. Not sure what happened on the tag. It looked like Belaski might have put the glove on the ground and Lyons put the brakes on, but he's out at third. And that's a big-time play by Ben Klaus at shortstop. Chopper, backhand side. Easy work for Klaus. Lyons out at third. And a pass ball here is going to allow Kleinjohn to get to second base. May have been a wild pitch. I was keeping stats here. But nonetheless, he'll get to second base with 1 out. Hagler at the dish. Hagler with a line out to left, a strikeout, a double, and a single. That one just misses the black outer corner. 2-0. Dangerous hitter coming up next in Hugh Montgomery with a home run today in the first inning. There's that off-speed pitch that bites the corner on the inner half. Gets Hagler backing out of the box a bit. 2-1. Davies likes that curve inside to righties, outside to lefties. We'll see if he goes back to it. He does. This time it doesn't come back. 3-1. They have room for him with 1 out. Go ahead run on second base. Davies dots the knees and will go full. Good response there from Jack Davies. Davies slide step home. That one's lined into left field. Here comes Heen. He comes up firing. Not going to be in time. Lake Region takes a 9-8 lead in the 8th on Hagler's RBI single to left.
Up next, your center fielder number 4, Hugh Montgomery.
Things just got a bit harder for the Wildcats. Hugh Montgomery, solo homer in the first. He's scored 2 runs today. Steps to the plate. He'll show bunt, and he'll take that curveball, again, inside corner for a strike. That's been Davies' bread and butter so far in this inning. That one is hit hard to center field. Tory Ulik all over it. Second out of the inning. Montgomery gets a piece of the barrel, but it's hit right at Ulik in center. 2 down. That brings up Jamison Nelson. Nelson 0 for 4 today with an RBI fielder's choice. The big lefty digs in. Runner on first, 2 down. Davies comes set. Davies 3/4 arm slot gets a swing and a miss. Fastball outside half. And Jamison Nelson is just ready to let it ride. He does not hold back when he decides he's going to swing. That one just below the knees. Great location inside corner. Downstairs for a ball. Davies working against the 5-hitter. Goes back to the outside corner, blows it by Jamison Nelson. Nelson has not struck out today. A ground out to short. Pop fly to the pitcher. Fielder's choice. And a ground out to the pitcher. Inside out swing over to the third base line, and that'll land by the terrace seating. Fall ball. Top of the 8th, folks. Cats trailed 8-3 before they clawed back for 5 in the bottom half of the 7th. The Royals have taken the lead 9-8. 2 down, 2 strikes. Davies, he's going to think about it. Steps off the back of the rubber. That's going to be a ball. They're just going to give the runner second on defensive indifference. Trying to focus on the batter here. Jamison Nelson has worked the count back to 2-2. The free-swinging Nelson facing the hard-throwing Davies. Nelson off the end cap, giving chase. Foul territory is Belaski, and it's going to land behind the dugout. He's just been able to get the handle on those inside fastballs and flip them foul. And it's important to note, folks, NDSCS will have the top of the order ready for the bottom half of the inning. They trail by 1 in the 8th. Fastball about eye high, and the count is now full. Big pitch here for Jack Davies. And a big spot for the lefty at the dish. Curveball hit hard to right field. Almaris, couple steps to his left, and he catches it as it dies down. And the Cats get out of the top of the 8th, but they do allow 1 run. And they'll need to answer in the bottom half if they want to keep this game going or walk it off on Sophomore Day. I'm Robert Wanek on B92.7. Welcome to Marathon Game 1. We still got a whole nother ball game today, folks. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cats have the top of the order on B92.7 FM.
Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton would like to wish all of the student athletes the best of luck in tonight's games. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career, Comdell Innovation is here. Comdell is looking to hire machinists and tool fabrication technicians. Head to comdellinnovation.com and click Job Opportunities to apply. That's Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, wishing the best of luck to students and coaches in tonight's game.
Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track since 1987. Red River and Valley Western handles shipping, freight car repair, and storage options as well. They take pride in assisting the development of local communities on a multitude of different levels. And they are also hiring. Call 701-642-8257 to apply. That's 701-642-8257. Or go to rrvw.net to learn more. Good luck to the Wildcats in tonight's game.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Wildcats trail Lake Region State 9-8, and the Cats have the top of the lineup. We've seen an increase of intentional walks headed Tory Ulik's way. Well, they can't do that now as he represents the tying run, and he steps to the plate, and the 500 hitter is looking to get this comeback underway. Cats trailed by 5, tied it up at 8 in the bottom of the 7th. Royals answer with 1, and Simon comes back to the hill to face Ulik. Ulik takes a big breaker, 12-6 action. Thought it was low, but it's strike 1. Ulik takes another off-speed pitch. That one might have had him fooled. No intentions of swinging. He's down 0-2, and this kid does not strike out often. Simon comes set. There's the fastball. Ulik shortens up the swing and fouls it off. Tory Ulik, leadoff man, bottom of the 8th. His NDSCS Wildcats trail 9-8 against Lake Region. And Ulik takes that one centimeters off the plate. Dangerous take there, but it pays off. It's 1-2. Ulik just 9 strikeouts and 65 ABs this year. Simon lets out a Serena Williams-style grunt there. Sails the pitch outside. Looking to ratchet up a K, but the count is even at 2-2, and here comes Tory Ulik back in it. And Ulik rolls the 2-2 over to second base. He's hustling, but they'll get him. 1 up, 1 down for Simon, trying to lock up the save and the win for Lake Region. Ulik just missed that one, a ground out to second. That'll bring up Mason Almaris. Ulik 2 for 4 on the day with a double and a single. Almaris is 1 for 4 with a single. Almaris at the plate. Takes a fastball, climbs the ladder, 1-0. Simon fires. Nice off-speed pitch, inside half for a strike, 1-1. You want to be choosy here, kind of. You know, you need base runners, you need a run, but it's hard when you're facing a closer to be picky. 1-1. He fires the same pitch. It misses inside. He's going to do some theatrics on the mound and throw his hands up. That one kind of bent its way around the corner. Just didn't catch any of it. 2-1. Almaris up in the count here. Bottom 8. Almaris hits that one hard to third. Nice backhand play. He's out in plenty of time, and the Cats are down to their final out. Fantastic play at third base there by Carson Bodine. Shows off his arm strength. The Cats have 2 down, trailing 9-8, bottom 8. That brings up Ben Klaus. Klaus 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Curveball just above the belt, ball 1. Klaus might not want to hear it, but the best thing that can happen here is a hit by pitch. 1-0. Other than a solo home run, of course. NDSCS looking to extend the inning here. They're on life support, 9-8, 2 down. As Klaus takes a big cut, swings out of his shoes, falls over the plate. It's 1-2. Simon locks down the save, foul tip, strike 3. Lake Region survives an NDSCS comeback in the Cats 2025 home opener. Royals take game 1 of this doubleheader, 9-8, and what a game it was. Let's hydrate. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with your stats, and we'll visit with NDSCS AD Reggie Jackson. And then we got another one, folks, so stay tuned. I'll schedule another stream right after the postgame show. One more time with your final, Lake Region 9, NDSCS 8. We'll run it back in just a bit.
American by Wyndham, Baymont by Wyndham, and Travelodge by Wyndham are the preferred hotels of NDSCS Athletics. Coming to town for a game? Let me give you the address and phone numbers for all the hotels that got a big thumbs up from Willie Wildcat himself. American by Wyndham at 2029 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-8365. Baymont by Wyndham, 1800 210 Drive, Wahpeton, 701-642-5000. And Travelodge by Wyndham at 995 21st Avenue North, Wahpeton, 701-642-8731. Go Cats! Cargill Wahpeton is hiring for operations technicians. $28 an hour starting pay with $3,000 sign-on bonus. No experience needed. We will train. Great benefits and immediate PTO. Apply online at www.cargill.com/careers. McGough Construction is a proud supporter of Wildcat basketball. We are grateful for the numerous construction projects that we are managing in the region, including NDSCS's Precision Ag and Diesel Complex. Building for the next generation, we are committed to the community. Go Wildcats from McGough Construction.
We know switching your bank can take time, but what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name, or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds on average? When you bank with Bell, you get local customer service you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees. Make the switch to Bell Bank today. It's worth it. Visit www.bell.bank/new to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to John Randall Field. The Cats, well, they did everything they could in the late going to come back. A 5-run 7th inning, highlighted by 3 RBIs from Lave and Fields, and a good luck double that dropped out of the sky in left field for Dawson Crow. But the Cats, they fall 9-8 to Lake Region. Let's run over the box score really quick here, NDSCS. We'll start with the batting order. Tory Ulik 2 for 4 with a run. Mason Almaris 1 for 5 with a run. Ben Klaus 0 for 5. Skylar Fields 3 for 3, a pair of runs, 2 RBIs. Ryan Lave 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Griffin Albright goes 1 for 4 with a run. Dawson Crow 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Max Heen goes 1 for 2. And Stanley Belaski goes 1 for 2. 2 doubles for Fields and a double for Ulik. On the bump, Garrett Solberg 4 1/3, 3 hits, 5 walks, 2 Ks, 5 earned. Carter Maggio goes 1 2/3, 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 2. Nick Zock pitches 1 inning, 1 run. And Jack Davies pitches 1 inning and also gives up 1 run. He'll get saddled with the loss in this one. And for Lake Region State, 3 for 5 from Hagler in the 3-hole, 5 RBIs for Hagler today. Montgomery blasts a solo homer. He goes 1 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. And Ennert goes 3 for 4 near the bottom of the order. Enns started the game for Lake Region, 6 1/3, 10 hits, 4 walks, 7 earned. And then they went and got the save from Simon, who slams the door with a strikeout. 9-8's the final. Lake Region takes game 1. I'm Robert Wanick, joined by NDSCS Athletic Director Reggie Jackson. I wanted to ask you right off the jump, Reggie, how is your first muddy spring as AD? Is it a bit of a headache? Just take me through everything with the rescheduling and just the landscape of it.
A few different springs with the high school and stuff. This it's what you expect when you're in North Dakota. The winter teases us. Makes you think you're going to get on a ball diamond earlier than you are. You look in February and you're like, oh, wait, we're going to play in March. So you just kind of get ready for it, and it's a beautiful day out today, so here we are. Let's play ball.
So coming into this job, NDSCS baseball, how much background did you have on them? I mean, it's new to me understanding that they kind of get beat up on sometimes in their regular season schedule, and then it gets them ready for the postseason schedule, and so to say, they kind of go down a level of competition in their region. I guess what do you have to tell listeners about how the competition is kind of stacked up against NDSCS in a way?
So that's what is unique about our conference alignment is the other teams in our conference are scholarship schools, Division II. We're Division III. So yes, it is a rough go for us. Really what matters is when we go into the playoffs, we go into Region 13, Division III, and we match up very well with the upper echelon on those region teams in that league. So it's a tough go if you're just looking at the box scores and looking at the paper. But you got to remember and realize that these are scholarship versus non-scholarship athletes, and that's the main difference.
So we look at the box score and we go, they go 1-3 against Dawson, very close games, a bunch of those. They go 3-1 against Botno, and of course we just wrapped up a 9-8 loss to Lake Region, and we'll run it back here in game 2. So it's been a mixed bag, but I like what I'm seeing out of the Wildcats so far. Can you kind of tell listeners what it's been like working with Jack Junker, what your impression of him is? Just a young guy at the helm here, seems to have a lot of respect from his players.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by him especially as a young coach. He's got a great baseball background, understands the game. So I think the future is bright here for NDSCS baseball with him in charge. I think the thing for him is as a young coach is just to remember, like we just talked about, don't get too high, don't get too low, because you're playing in the conference. Those games are going to be tougher than what you're going to see in the postseason. I've been very impressed with Junk and all of his staff on there.
And while we have you here, before I got to get the second game scheduled here, let's talk about NDSCS softball for a second. We're doing these games because we'll get some of these nice 9-8 battles, and honestly, it's maybe just a little bit more exciting than watching NDSCS win 22-0 because the softball team is that good. They have made 2 national championship appearances. Of course, they won it a couple years back. Mike Elke, how does he do it? I mean, his recruiting is excellent, and he's stayed here, and he's proud to be a Wildcat, and what a privilege to have a coach like that back.
Yeah, and to get a guy like Mike Elke that has been around fast pitch, and he has nationwide connections, and I think that's one area where he has an advantage in recruiting over the other teams that he plays, is that he gets a lot of athletes from places where they're not recruited for softball, but they can play softball in our region and in our division.
So the Wildcats, ranked number 2 in the nation, well on their way to a potential another World Series appearance. We do plan on carrying the region tournament for baseball in St. Cloud. We plan on carrying the region tournament for softball. And should NDSCS make another bid at the Natties, we will be making the trip as well. That was NDSCS Athletic Director Reggie Jackson. Seems to be always on site Easter weekend too. I hope you made that okay with the wife and the family. I know how it is, but what are your Easter plans?
My in-laws are in North Fargo, so we'll be going up there tomorrow. I'm sure I'll eat plenty of food. I'm going to try to sell them some raffle tickets for the Wildcat raffle that we got going on. And my wife has a big family, so hopefully they all bring their checkbooks.
Well, you're always on the sales grind, so that's something that Reggie's going to bring to the school too. Excellent fundraising and just kind of building this base that NDSCS has made over the years. Truly one of the state-of-the-art two-year colleges in America. And one last thing, do you still have NDSCS bingo going on? And if you do, can you drop a promo here for our listeners?
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks left of bingo on Tuesday nights over at the Travel Lodge at the Wahpeton Event Center, 6 o'clock. Doors open at 5:30. The jackpot at the end of the blackout is up to $900, I believe, now.
Wow.
And so with 2 weeks left, and it's been close to going out the last couple, so I would head on over next Tuesday or the following one.
So if it's too cold for you to catch a high school baseball game on one of these nights, on one of these Tuesday nights, go ahead, just pop open the video stream on your phone and go check out bingo, presented by NDSCS Athletics. I'm Robert Wannick, 9-8 the final in Game 1. We're going to get the second stream scheduled and hope the Cats can come away with a split on Sophomore Day, B92.7 FM.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2KM today.